The Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-218-9520. 800-218-9520. 800-218-9520. That's 800-218-9520.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he could take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
This hour of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by Talent Heating and Air. When you need service, rely on Talent. From system installations to tune-ups, rely on Talent. Online at talenthvac.com.
AL cert number 21014.
Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are a grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
Friday morning to you. Welcome into Talkin' Ball. He is Drew DeArmond. I am Steve Moulton, again filling in for Scott Tyson. This is starting to be a regular gig here, doing both the morning and the evening. Good morning, Drew.
Well, good morning, Steve. And I know
I do need a couple of minutes, but please.
Yeah. I noticed you got a new lid. You got one of the
City Connect.
The City Connect lids for the Braves. Was that an acquisition on your affiliate day?
Yes, on
trip?
Sunday I did purchase a brand new lid. I'm sure you can see it on WZZN TV. Because unlike the drive, we actually turn on cameras here in the morning.
Oh, we all understand.
Although, if you do look back, I don't know. Wes isn't listening right now, right? You might see a couple of cameras get turned on in the evening. I'm just saying, especially when we're in studio. Okay, I told you I needed a couple of minutes.
Well, I mean, look, I'm sure he'll be by later this morning. I think that's what he told me last night. So I'm sure he's not listening right now. But sharp looking hats, Steve. I mean, like I said, I haven't partaken in one of them yet. I think the fitted ones cost about $50. So
this is not fitted.
No, that's one of them truckers they call them. I think.
Come on now.
I think the kiddies call them trucker hats. So
you got a nice Alabama hat on as well.
Yeah, because they got their heads out of their butts last night and hit 2 bombs.
We'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah.
For those that maybe all 3 of you, and Drew's not one of them, John's not one of them, Brody's not one of them. That's what it's like to be an Atlanta Hawks fan right there.
I've got to ask
That's
about
exactly what it's like to be an Atlanta Hawks fan. You get up 2-1 in a series, and then all of a sudden, you just,
How at home, Steve, do you get down by 61 points? How? That's not even trying.
That is
Steve.
The very definition of my entire life as an Atlanta. I'm 52 years old. Best Hawks team we've ever had was 87.
Yeah.
87!
During the Dominique Wilkins
era? 87!
Yeah. Doc Rivers. I think my boy News, Cliff Livingston, may have been part of that team too.
This is what Quinn Snyder said post-game.
It's hard for any of us to foresee that,
that
halftime score.
Yeah.
I think really the challenge at that point is just to continue to compete and to stay together,
So I honestly thought that it was a new comedy routine. I was expecting this to be a part of the post game.
It's hard for any of us to foresee that, that halftime score. I think really the challenge at that point is just to continue to compete and to stay together, to stay connected, whether it's
win or go
any
home.
Opportunity you have, because we're all in this. We've all got to process this and own it.
Yeah, you do.
It's tough,
Coach. Yeah,
but I thought our guys continued to compete in spite of that score, or how we played. And I think we did that.
That's thought ridiculous. They did that.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, stand-up routine courtesy of Quinn Snyder.
Rodney Dangerfield would be proud of that. God rest his soul. But I mean. And Quinn's a Duke guy. I grew up watching him play at Duke.
Yeah, that's your boy right there. He ain't my boy. That's your boy.
He's been coaching the NBA for a while after getting basically thrown out of college.
Largest home loss in franchise history, regular season or playoff.
I can't fathom. 30 is bad enough getting whipped, and sometimes
51.
That happens. And sometimes that happens when a team gets hot and shoots well. But Steve, when you're down 61 points and you lose by 51 points,
so the Hawks jumped out to a 9-5 lead. That followed up by the Knicks going on a 35-6 run. There was literally talk of whether or not the Hawks were going to get 25 points before halftime.
How can you not show up for a playoff game?
And you know what? Kudos to Mike Breen, who handled it like a professional. I know he is the voice of the Knicks, and so the Knicks fans got to see their TV play-by-play guy do a playoff game unlike any other NBA team. But he handled it professionally. But that is what it's like to be a Hawks fan.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, that is, and I'm telling you, I want to pull my allegiance right now and hand it over to San Antonio
Well, Mike Breen is also the national voice for the NBA and ESPN, right?
He is no longer doing the NBA Finals.
So he's not doing that anymore?
I'm not sure who's replacing him, but I did read the reports where last year was his last season doing the NBA Finals.
In other words, what he has been doing, I guess you can say now, is what Marv Albert used to do. He used to be the voice for NBC and for the Knicks, but and I actually thought Breen did a good job when I actually listened, but I can't stand the NBA.
Mike is fantastic.
Yeah, but
he used to do sports reports for Imus in the morning back in the day.
But I'm just telling you, I can't. I mean, and you'll know I didn't watch this because I can't stand the NBA. But how can you? I follow sports even if I don't watch them on social media, so you're fully aware of what's happening. And it was all over ESPN Radio. We're an ESPN.
You should have seen the halftime deal with Ernie, Kenny, Chuck.
Oh, I saw a little bit of it.
So when Shaq started trying to give CPR to the Harry the Hawk,
he's like, "Goodbye, Harry the Hawk."
That, and also Chuck saying, "No, they don't deserve Cancun. It's 1, 2, 3 Lake Lanier." When he said Lake Lanier,
that's just embarrassing. How do you mail it in like that?
Largest halftime lead in NBA postseason history. History. I didn't say, 10 years. History.
It's embarrassing.
That's what it's like to be an Atlanta Hawks fan.
When your head coach is saying, "I think we competed and you lost by 50," that's embarrassing. That's disingenuous. Your guys just quit. They quit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the channel here. There's only so much of this I can take.
They won 2 games in the series, so it's not like they got swept.
We were up 2-1. We won game 3 at home to be up 2-1. Then all of a sudden, okay, game's over. Our series is over.
I gotta ask though, because your boy had fun the first 3 games.
Oh yeah.
What was your boy doing last night?
It was short and sweet. Well, it's again for those that listen to me call games. Yeah. Steve Holman is a very large influence on me.
Yeah, we can always tell when UAH is not winning, Steve. Voice inflection is everything. So your boy Steve Holman.
I need something a little harder.
I mean, I can only imagine what he went through on that 35-6 run, and then realizing that and getting booed out of your own arena by your own fans, but they deserved it. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't care. The fans should have hammered them. Because these guys are getting paid a ton of money and they did not show up nor compete.
That last little part that I just played from Quinn Snyder is just
that score or how we played. I think we did that.
Gosh, just own it, Coach. Just own it.
Well, he talked out of both sides of his mouth. He said we're going to own it, but I think we competed in the second half. I mean,
no, you
what the
didn't.
hell?
What, the fight? Are you telling me is that the competing part? The fight?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. They outscored them by 10 in the second half because they were only down 61 at halftime, right?
That's right.
Only down 61 at half. I'd fire his ass right now. If you have an owner worth 10 cents with the Hawks, you fire his ass right now.
I'm waiting, Hawks. There is just...
I'm sorry, because I even read some sad sack headline that they've moved on from Trae Young despite this ignominious ending. That the future is bright for the Hawks. I'm like, you just lost by 50 at home in a deciding game. And Quinn Snyder's a Duke guy, but I would fire his ass for letting his team play like that.
So the biggest
ridiculous
moment of hope that I had as an Atlanta Hawks fan is when we actually drafted Luka. When the Hawks drafted Luka, I was like, oh, this is going to be fantastic. And then 2 minutes later, here comes the trade to Dallas. And we get Ice Trae, who still cannot guard a lamppost.
Trust me, Colin Sexton's a lot better than Trae Young. Trae Young's not a winner. He's just all he is his generation's Russell Westbrook.
My apology. I know we don't have a whole lot of NBA fans out there, but let's move on, shall we? Let's move on to some happier news, shall we?
Baird rocks back, 1-2. Swing, and he drills it. High, straightaway center. Rigdon all the way back. Goodbye! John Lamb with a walk-off homer. Alabama wins night one against Vanderbilt, 5-4.
And that was a great game to watch. Although did you see the hidden ball trick? The hidden ball trick when it was runners on first and third, nobody out. The old hidden ball, it worked. And at that point, Drew, I'm not trying to get you angry, but I will say when that hidden ball trick worked, I thought, wow, Vandy is going to pull one out of their keister. And it didn't work, obviously, but that move, did you see it?
I did not make myself go back and watch it. I was not watching the game because, Alabama was not playing well. Baseball is very high anxiety for me at times.
Well, this Alabama team in particular with so many errors.
Well, that's what I mean. I just figured I'd start watching it and my blood pressure would skyrocket. So I was keeping up. I was checking in every couple innings on the social media.
The old hidden ball trick.
Yeah, and I've got a listener that I always know when Alabama's playing poorly. He always is sure to let me know via text.
Isn't that nice of him?
Very, very demonstrative about how things are going.
Isn't that nice?
And then he informed me of the hidden ball trick, so I didn't try to go find it. I was just like...
It was cleverly done,
well, I mean, it's embarrassing, though. First and third, nobody out. You're down 3-1 at the time.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
So you're trying to get back in the game.
And honestly, that was a leadoff double to start the inning.
And then you proceed to not even score.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then they hit a bomb to go up 4-1 because I'm keeping up.
Yeah, as soon as I saw 4-1, I was like,
I did not want to go back and watch the hidden ball trick and just explode. So I was like, so they're down 4-1, and I thought to myself, okay, this is not going well, but just calm down. And so, and I had about a minute with a expletive laced rant, basically not.
We need a camera in Drew's house.
And so I was like, but 15 minutes later, I go back to the Twitter account. And here's the swing and a drive from Eric Hines. Then I get excited, and I'm like, okay, well, that's a tie game. But then I didn't get too excited because I was like, you still got to come all the way back and finish.
That's right.
And then
they did.
And Heiberger did a good job coming in, giving them 2 2/3 innings. And I thought to myself, and this is the funny part, I did the same thing when they were coming back against Auburn during that series, and I turned it in the 9th inning just as Bryce Fowler hit the ball to the wall, and they win the game. Well, this time I read, okay, Heiberger gets them through the 9th. They got a chance to walk it off. I said, well, I better hurry up and turn it over there. And then
I think it was on ESPN2 last night.
It was. I turned it over there. And all of a sudden, I see 33 jumping up and down, and I'm like, and that's Lim, and I'm like, did I miss something? Is this really true, or is this a highlight from earlier in the game? And then I'm like, no, they did. They just hit a walk-off homer. And then it's ironic, and it shows the cruelty, yet the just the fascination of baseball, where the guy that gets fooled by the hidden ball trick is the one that hits it dead center. That's
exactly where I was about to go. Yep.
And I think basically Rob Vaughn's message in the dugout was, well, we can cry about the hidden ball trick and how they fooled us, or we can go out there and hit the ball over the fence and win the baseball game.
Worked out for Alabama, an early start time today, so this does alter our programming for today with Alabama starting at 12:15. Trash Pandas haven't moved, have they, guys? Did you get? I assume the Trash Pandas. It's Star Wars night tonight, by the way, at the old Trash Panda yard.
Well, Brody worked a long day yesterday.
Yes, he
worked
did.
A doubleheader, and
it was a split yesterday.
Did you just sleep? Did you take a nap at the radio station at some point?
I can tell by the hair. Yeah, probably.
I should have, but yeah.
Whoa. Yeah,
I forgot that got boosted up.
Yeah,
I
sure did.
All right.
It did. Yeah.
Well, the Atlanta Hawks forgot there was a basketball game last night either. It looked like the N1 mixtape tour.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I mean,
that's fine. That'll be enough. I really don't want to.
How do you bring back a coach that just lost a game by 61? David Hobbs is fired when that happened against Auburn.
Let's take our first time out. I need a minute. Friday morning edition, Talkin' Ball.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Thought we were doing so well, and then 565 Greenbrier, actually it's up on Greenbrier Parkway, and it's going to be north of the overpass system. There's an accident there, somebody pulling in and pulling out in front of somebody else, so that's causing a little bit of a delay for folks trying to get out there to the industrial park. Everywhere else looks absolutely gorgeous. We've looked all the way up 565 from one end to the other on the actual highway. No delays there, traffic moderate to heavy, and we're looking at 231 right now going south and all the way to Arab and back. There's no problems there. And the same thing from the Boaz Albertville. Now, when you get to Gunnersville, you've got bumper-to-bumper traffic through the downtown area, but that's the only slow going we see until you get to the medical district. Keep up the great work. Keep the seatbelts buckled. The Tennessee Valley's most accurate traffic reports. I'm David Cruz, Mr. Traffic.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. But it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Welcome to Kern Electrical, where teamwork powers every project. Our champion sales team takes time to understand your needs, tailoring the perfect Generac generator for your home or business. Our project managers handle all coordination, ensuring a tackle-free installation. Our certified installation crews ensure peace of mind, even in the darkest moments. With our service and maintenance lineups, you can be assured we're with you every step of the way. Experience the home team advantage of Kern Electrical, your Generac superstore.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
AL cert number 21014.
Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are a grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Watch our stream on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube.
But you are the greatest hero in American history.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Let me take you on a little trip. My supersonic ship's at your disposal.
It is a Friday morning edition of Talkin' Ball. Beautiful morning. In fact, stepping out of the house this morning, a little chilly, honestly.
Yeah.
But felt really good. There is supposed to be some showers tonight. National Weather Service is calling for a 50% chance of rain. There is a trash panda game tonight. But a high around 71 this afternoon. Lows in the 40s tonight. And right now,
it was
currently,
a little nippy last night.
Yeah. Currently, let's see here, 48 degrees in downtown Huntsville, Alabama. 3-5. Let me try to do this the right way. 256-576-4977 is the telephone number. I did not properly set the table because of my lovely Atlanta Hawks. Jake Wimberly going to join us in hour number 2. Talk a little spring football as well as baseball with Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Mike Detillier on the NFL draft wrap-up, also in hour number 2. And the voice of the Aggies. He'll join us in hour number 3.
Because that's a huge baseball series, too. I mean, I hope the weather's good in College Station, but you know, Auburn and Texas A&M, that's 6-7. I mean, here we go with this. Number 6 versus number 7, you know. There you go. Top 10 matchup of these two.
Is that still a thing, by the way?
I hope
Is
not.
it? Is it? Because usually by the time old farts like us get to it, the teenagers would be like, all right, let's move on to something else. Yeah. Our resident teenager is Brody. So 6-7 still a thing?
Unfortunately.
Oh, unfortunate. So you're over it. You're over it.
I think it's run its course.
To be.
And this man's straight up lying through his teeth, all right? Every time he hears somebody say 6 or 7 or even 67, he's going crazy.
You're 26. I mean, you do the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good one.
So this is the
debate is real.
This is the world as we know it.
How much older are you, John, than Brody? Like, you got a microphone, use it.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to use it that time. I'm getting used to it. Yeah, I think, 7 years at this point.
So you're still in the same ballpark area.
Same tax bracket.
When those little windows pop up, you're in the same window. By the way, I'm running out of windows to click. By the way, it just keeps going to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, and all of a sudden, oh, wow, I'm running out of boxes to check. Oh, boy. There was also some softball that went on last night.
Rio is to the backstop. Here comes Pate. She will score on the wild pitch. And Alabama takes the 3-2 lead.
And that is how the game would end. The winning run for Alabama against South Carolina. Both teams ranked, by the way. What team isn't ranked in the SEC? As Alabama down South Carolina 3-2 off of that wild pitch. And again, Alabama just keeps finding ways. And I did flip over and watch a little bit of the softball as well. And Alabama's a fun team to watch on the softball side. They do not commit nearly as many errors on the softball side as they do on the baseball side.
But ironically, in the last 2 games, they have been mistake prone.
That's true. That's true.
It went a long way to them losing the series against Tennessee. They dropped game 3, 4-1. And then last night, it was only a 2-2 game because of 2 unearned runs.
That's right.
Alabama finds a way to score on a wild pitch, get the W. Jocelyn Brisky and Vic Moulton were in the circle, so they just need to find a way to win this series. And South Carolina is actually really good. Their pitching and defense is really good. I don't think they're a great offensive team, but they're a really, really good pitching staff. So runs are probably going to be hard to come by. And their game also has been moved up to 12:30, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Due to the inclement weather, because they moved their game up first. So I was watching, so I knew. I was like, I'm thinking baseball is going to have to follow suit because you're trying to get the game in. And so both will be at 12:30 Central Time today. And what Alabama's trying to do to come out of this weekend, Steve, quite frankly, they're not going to catch, Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner very likely going to win the regular season championship under Patty Gasso, who hates the rain. And they're gonna and really honestly, they're trying to finish with that second seed because they're in a battle with Florida for that.
Yeah.
If you can finish with the second seed, I think it's a double bye because I think the way they're doing the softball tournament,
it's all single elimination.
Yeah, it is, but I think you get a double bye if you're seeded that high. So I think they wouldn't play till Thursday because the first games are on Tuesday.
That's right.
And so
that's right.
You're trying to.
And this is the final one on campus before the softball tournament moves here
before
to
we're having
Toyota
a
Field.
party next year.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Basically,
I would imagine we're going to be saddled up over at Toyota Field beginning next year.
I mean, with the great job that the Huntsville Visitors and Conventions Bureau, and I got that right. Finally, I usually get brain fart and leave out part
Huntsville
of the name.
Sports Commission. You can call them.
Well, Huntsville Sports Commission as well, but I usually leave out one of them when I'm when I on the Huntsville Visitors and Conventions Bureau. I usually screw that up and leave one of the names out. But I'll just say. With the Joel Lamp and Mark Russell and all them and their connections and what they've done, we should be able to have some outstanding guests. We should be able to talk just about every team there.
You think?
I mean, and that'll be a really cool thing because, again, like I said, when you and I did the press conference, when they announced everything officially, I mean, this is the best softball in the world, in my opinion.
Yep.
I understand it's not the Olympics, but it's certainly the best softball in the United States and certainly the best softball in the world.
And it's coming right here.
Yeah, so, and I know there's also professional softball in the States.
There is.
But I'm just talking about the depth of talent.
And it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it just is. It's the most popular form of softball, I think, because the SEC is unlike any other. I mean, the Pac-12 doesn't exist anymore. They used to dominate the sport.
They did.
But in a relatively short period of time, when you think about 30 years, because this is 30 years for Alabama and the SEC basically started 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And now they're dominating. Just ask the Big Ten because they can't brag about that one.
Robert from Birmingham. I'm sure he wants to talk Atlanta Hawks this morning. Good morning, Robert.
Hey, guys, good morning. A couple comments and a question. The NBA, I used to watch it. I'm 60. I used to watch that stuff nonstop. I don't start until about the third round. It's a waste of time. The baseball, if they do something in the playoffs, if they do something big in the postseason, I'll turn it in. But girls softball, they're better looking and the team's better. So, but hey, basketball yesterday, Drew, Oates gave a press conference. I heard part of it.
Yeah.
There's, I guess, TBD on the weed guy on Holloway and and Marty Allen. I guess we're waiting, but they said the Collin guy, he's had his second surgery, but the TBD on him.
Mm-hmm.
What about just getting another legit point guard? Did anybody even ask him that?
Well, I mean, in a way, he talked about Preston Murphy being the best at what he does. He said he liked where they were at right now, but I also think he and Preston are good at not showing their cards, and I would be very surprised if they're not trying to add one more guard because I think it's needed.
Last Friday,
they
were on the phones like I won't give out too much of them, but they're working the phones like really hard. So they're looking for something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's are there any elite or very good point guards still in the portal? And I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, the cat from Wake Forest is still there, the combo guard. I don't think he's announced where he's going.
Right.
But but I haven't heard Alabama connected to him in any way, and he would probably be a $3 or $4 million player, I would think, at the least. But I and I'll be honest, the last one I heard them heavily connected to was, of course, the young man that went to Kentucky from Furman. Alex Wilkins. I thought they had a really good shot at him, and I think at one point they thought they led and were going to get him on campus, but that didn't happen. Kentucky shut it down. Now Kentucky's whiffed on several others, but I
can't believe Coach is still there, to be honest with you.
Well, he may not be after next year, depending on how this goes. He did add a depth piece yesterday, I believe, from Washington State, a guard that I had been watching KSR, Kentucky Sports Radio, and they were expecting that young man to commit. but they're still looking for a quote unquote stud, and supposedly Pope's been overseas trying to procure some talent. I wouldn't be surprised if Alabama does that. And don't forget, Nate's about to do a tour, with I believe with the U.S. national team. I think it's the under-19s.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
So he'll be gone for part of the summer. So it's going to be interesting to see what he and Preston Murphy cook up. As Nate said, he'll be gone for part of the workouts in June. But I still think they're, like you just said, Robert, they're working the phones, and I still think. I always pay attention to Jeff Goodman because I think he's as wired in as anybody. He put out his first mock draft, and Amari Allen was not in the first round. And so, to me, you watch that closely. I still think there's a great shot he comes back. You just talked about Aiden Holloway. You try to get his situation, and then no matter what, whether they have to medically DQ him or if he gets cleared in June, Onyejiwaka will be, on the part of the program in some way.
Right.
So to me, I think the last thing for them to do, besides continue to keep an very open dialogue with Amari Allen, and then keep a really close eye on the Aiden Holloway situation, is find another guard, and if you can do so.
Who isn't? By the way.
Yeah, but Nate's system is very attractive. They turn out pros.
I'm not saying he's not.
Oh, I'm just saying there's a lot of competition out there.
Yeah, that's my point.
But I think still got a chance to get a guard, and don't forget, they didn't finalize their roster last year until May the 30th, and I think the last piece was Keaton Bristow, who ironically is coming back, and I wouldn't have thought that.
I'm big ugh on him. I heard behind the scenes what happened. I don't know why they let him come back, but they don't give a crap what I think. So
thank you, Robert. We are right up against it. I appreciate
it. Guys. Thank you. Thanks, Drew. Thanks.
Thank you, Robert.
Let's take a time out. Brandon, if you hang with us, we'll get right to you. I'm sure he'll want to talk Hawks.
Dang it. See, but he's a former season ticket holder, and then he went to the Braves game, so it was a terrible Atlanta day yesterday.
Yeah.
Anytime you lose to Detroit in any damn thing, it's awful.
Let's take a time out. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We'll be talking about a little bit of rain, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder as we head into the overnight. Temperatures dropping into the upper 40s, lower 50s. A partly sunny to mostly cloudy sky Saturday afternoon, though it is going to be quite cool for early May. Temperatures only climbing into the mid-60s. A mostly sunny sky for your Sunday. Again, temperatures climbing into the mid-60s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
It's looking absolutely gorgeous out there this morning. We do, or no, we don't. The accident has now been officially cleared up, moved off into a parking lot, and that was at Greenbrier up on top of the overpass in 565. We're looking good on 565 coming into Huntsville. Traffic is building coming up over Chapman Mountain on 72, stacking up a little bit at the Moores Mill traffic light coming westbound, so be on the lookout for that. If you're eastbound into Huntsville, you're going to find the slow going as you hit that merge to go southbound on the Parkway. My suggestion is everybody going south on the Parkway, just move all the way over to the left side of the road in the left lane, and then you don't have to merge. It's just that easy. Everything else in the valley is looking absolutely gorgeous. Keep up the good work. Keep the seat belts buckled. The Tennessee Valley's most accurate traffic report. I'm David Cruz, Mr. Traffic.
Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama.
Your Rocket City Trash Pandas are back for 6 games, April 28th through May 3rd. Promotions include a James Spann bobblehead giveaway on the 28th, post-game fireworks to close out the night on the 1st and the 2nd, and kids run the bases after the game on the 3rd. Get your tickets and learn more about weekly promos by visiting tptix.com. That's tptix.com.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If you need masonry, brick, stone, or block work, Eagle should be your first call. They can even help if your property needs grading, erosion control, and Eagle can handle dirt haul-off. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
We're studying game film,
Seems to me there's more to college than just hitting the books.
scribbling X's and O's, even running wind sprints to get our voices in shape. All this for our coverage of college football just for you.
Just leave it to the profession.
From spring drills to hoisting the national championship trophy. When you want football, you want 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway, Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. only on 97.7 ESPN and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia.
It's a really good song.
Just an old sweet song. Keeps Georgia on my mind.
You know, we actually live in a place right here that used to be Georgia. Before Alabama was Alabama, this was Georgia. To which now I'm hearing West neighbors go, yeah, until we got it right. 256-576-4977. That song used to play at the end of every Lasers show.
Right.
When I worked at Stone Mountain Park. That would be your finale. Then right after that, my favorite part of that, well, my not so favorite part was one of my first jobs was foreman on top of the mountain. And so there was one night I got stuck up there and they got the lift. If you've ever been to Stone Mountain Park, they've got this lift. And they let me down late because it was raining. There's certain wind conditions that you're not allowed to run. So I was stuck on top of the mountain until they decided to let me down while they're shooting off fireworks.
Oh, my goodness.
So they were shooting off fireworks.
Well, you know what song would have been more apropos than that coming back out of the break?
Devil Went Down to Georgia?
No, not that one. That's too
I'm
easy.
a loser?
No, that's not. That's easy.
That's too easy too.
This song this included Ray, and it's a sad disaster song, and it's one of my favorites.
Okay,
but I would say Seven Spanish Angels, because there were seven Hawks that sure as hell didn't play hard.
Brandon,
Willie Nelson, and Ray.
Good morning, Brandon.
Seven Spanish Angels to bury that whole lineup. Good Lord.
That's a really slow song, by the way.
I felt bad too, dude. I know Scott and I couldn't go with you yesterday, but God Almighty, that 8th and 9th inning, I felt bad for you guys going over there because the weather was great. It looked like they would sweep the Detroit Overrateds, and then just it collapsed.
Detroit's a good team.
Yeah, because they're good. They're talented.
They're a good team.
You know, they'll probably choke it in like they always do, but still they're talented.
Well, we were there, and I tried my best to behave myself. There was how would you say this? A convention of people under 48 inches that had bought a section.
Oh, boy.
And they were as animated as the day was long. And it was really great. And we got to talking about Kentucky Derby horses.
Okay.
We had one if we had one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy looks at me and says, "A small problem." Couldn't talk to him for like 5 minutes. Just couldn't. I couldn't do it. Every horse they named was a short joke. They were totally embracing it and having a great time. And they asked me, they said, "Well, if you were going to name a horse, what would it be?" I looked them dead in the face and I said, "Gack ass."
Oh. I guess I need to put that on a T-shirt. Get your gack ass out of here.
Yeah. I said that would be what I would name my horse. They did not know what I was talking about. And
oh, me.
Well, 2 horses have been are no longer running in the Derby tomorrow night. I say tomorrow night because post time for those that do not want to watch the entire 8-hour extravaganza, 6:57 Eastern time. So it's 5:57 Central for those that would like to watch the Kentucky Derby. I'm assuming it's on NBC again this year.
I had the opportunity to go, but the way things worked out.
I've never been to the Derby. Have you?
I have not.
I've never been, and that $2,800 a ticket for the 2 days. I don't know how many times you
for
would
2
go.
minutes.
Yeah. So, but I guess I could, if I had another horse, I could name it Dead Hawks.
Good Lord.
If there is one guy that I have seen this postseason that is must watch, it's Wimby with San Antonio. He has really developed his ball handling skills in a big way. He is just a freak of nature. But in terms of the Hawks, they were definitely better without Trey than with Trey.
Yeah.
But there's obviously a long way to go. They got on a heater late in their regular season, and it obviously stopped.
Well, I know you know Matt Stewart very well and I remember him from the days of CSS. He was one.
Oh
of
yeah.
I'm still connected with him on Facebook, and he posted the end of the first half as everybody was walking off the floor.
I texted Holman and he said, "I don't want to talk about it."
Absurd, embarrassing, humiliating.
I wouldn't want to talk about it either, Steve.
I mean, how do you broadcast something like that? That's hard to do. Huntsville High played poorly one time. I lost my composure. I got suspended for a week.
Well, there's not a whole lot you can do about getting that kind of.
I did because I told the truth. I said they couldn't play dead in a B Western.
Well, they're putting out T-shirts right now that says 83-36 in the 404.
I'm sure there's been already plenty of who else can lose the Super Bowl that way and then get blown out that way. One city, Atlanta.
I'll be honest, man. I've never really been a Hawks fan, you know that, but
yeah.
I mean, this is just
long suffering.
That was disgusting last night, but the Super Bowl loss is just
long suffering.
That's something you don't get over. That's just
long suffering.
That's gut wrenching. I mean, this game was over in the first quarter, so at least you already knew it was over.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Well, we had a conversation about that last night. Somebody said, "Which one would you rather have, a Hawks championship or a football championship?" And I said, there is no, to me, comparison between winning the Super Bowl and winning the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
not even close.
Especially with the level of basketball right now.
Well, you got to make the finals. I think the last time the Hawks made the finals, they were in St. Louis.
Bob Pettit.
Yeah.
And the last time they made the Eastern Conference Finals.
Stop. No, that's against Cleveland. Yeah.
Was that Theo Ratliff?
What's
that?
I said with Matthew Dellavedova, the rugby rolling guy that took out some knees.
Yeah.
You remember that play?
There you go.
Guy you never heard from again because he played with LeBron for one season.
Yeah. I mean, but you bring up a great point, Brandon. I mean, good grief. I mean, and then the people that are the Karens that are going to call in, or if they do, and they're going to shout at us and talk about how great the NBA is and all that. They probably never knew the Hawks were in St. Louis, and they'd have to Google Bob Pettit. They don't know who the hell that is.
All right, Brandon. Appreciate the phone call.
Roll Tide, Crash Hawks.
Yeah, it's crazy. I would agree with Brandon. Trash Hawks. But Stacks and in there, and of course Wizen. They brought up a good point though.
So Brody's name is Wizen?
Yeah, he came up with it. It's
I know. Okay.
I mean,
I thought that's the T-shirt that he came.
I mean, he's.
But I didn't know his name was Wizen.
No, but he came up with the name, the logo, the T-shirt, all of it.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's better than Hollywood Hogan.
That's, by the way, you got a full morning, guys.
Yeah.
You got a full morning. No day game today.
Well, there is a day game, but if this had been the 12 o'clock previous iteration,
then you'd have been.
Then you're off today.
Yeah, then you guys would be doing backflips over
All right,
there.
when I first got here, I would be off. You know what I'm saying? Remember, I was 12-1 and then 12-2, so I wouldn't have had a show either all of a sudden. But, I just say it. But, they bring up a good point, though. Like, what would you name a horse? In Wizen, he came up with a good one. I'm a loser. Or I'm a loser baby, whatever. Or loser baby. Some iteration of that if you're a Hawks fan. And by the way, back in the day, I used to love watching Dominique Wilkins. And they were just, unfortunately, they were really good.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I mean, the Bulls were around, Detroit was around, the Knicks were around. There was just, they were really good, but they weren't elite or great. That was the problem. I mean, they had that war with the Celtics, Bird and Neat going back and forth.
Yeah.
They just weren't as good as
they
the
really
Celtics
weren't.
too.
They really weren't.
They had, I mean, think about that. The 87 Hawks, that's the year after the Celtics may have had the best team ever. So, and the 87 Hawks, weren't they coached by the Czar, the original Czar?
Yes.
Mike Fratello?
I went to a Mike Fratello basketball camp back in the day.
Did you?
Yep.
How was it?
That's where I learned beef. The word beef,
can he
balance, eyes, elbow, follow through.
So he could actually coach? He wasn't one of these caretakers?
Yeah. He was there every day of the camp.
Wow. So he could actually coach, in other words. One of my favorite moments in basketball, if you go back and look at it, Steve, when the Villanova won the national championship at the buzzer over North Carolina, is I believe Fratello was hugging the now late Rolly Massimino.
Yeah.
When that shot went in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The czar of the telestrator.
Yeah. I always used to love the way he cut his eyes at Marv Albert. And by the way, folks, those that are listening, the millennials, that's Marv Albert. He was a great announcer back in the day.
Yeah.
A lot better than Joe Tessa Stupid.
That was a fun broadcast team with Mike Fratello and Marv Albert back in the day. 256-576-4977, the telephone number. We'll dive into a little bit of the 152nd Run for the Roses just to kind of give you the lay of the land next, right here on Talkin' Ball.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
To sort out what's going on 565 westbound, we have a fire truck and Hemsey paramedics and a police car on the scene right at the Mooresville exit, so be careful through that area. Right lane is blocked. Maybe an accident, maybe a medical call, not sure, but something's going on in the woods right next to that, and that's where the police and paramedics are. Keep the seatbelts buckled and be safe. The most accurate traffic report in the Tennessee Valley. I'm Mr. Traffic, David Cruz.
The End Zone Sports Bar has done it again. This time, they're bringing their jumbo wings, handcrafted burgers, Tex-Mex, and New York-style pizza to the Midtown District with their new location on McMurtry Drive Northwest opposite the Target Plaza. Tuesdays at the End Zone means half-price burgers, and Wednesday is $1 jumbo wings all day long. The End Zone also features Sunday ticket for all your NFL viewing. The newest End Zone Sports Bar in the Midtown District on McMurtry near the Target Plaza. Get in the End Zone.
Welcome to Kern Electrical, where teamwork powers every project. Our champion sales team takes time to understand your needs, tailoring the perfect Generac generator for your home or business. Our project managers handle all coordination, ensuring a tackle-free installation. Our certified installation crews ensure peace of mind, even in the darkest moments. With our service and maintenance lineups, you can be assured we're with you every step of the way. Experience the home team advantage of Kern Electrical, your Generac superstore.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway, Rise Real Estates, and Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Isn't the story of the prodigal son an amazing story? Basically, a rowdy boy who literally wished his father dead, ran away, and consumed his wealth with hard and fast living. Yet the father looked for his return every day, and when the boy got tired of eating pig slop, he decided to return. What did the father do? As soon as he saw that boy, he ran to him, threw his arms around him, and killed the fatted calf for a great celebration. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of the Cross Point Church. If you're looking for a church home, come see us, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
We'll raise up our glasses against evil forces, singing whiskey for my men, beer for my horses.
I could use a stiff drink this morning. I appreciate that. The 152nd edition of the Kentucky Derby is tomorrow night. Your odds-on favorite right now is Renegade. We had Ed DeRosa on the drive earlier in the week. Ed likes a horse that will be in the 17 stall, a stall that has never won in the Kentucky Derby. Never in 152 years. Further Ado is at 6-1 there, but I do feel obligated to at least give you one horse racing call that I think we all remember. Come on now.
They're off. Little Miss Macho had a bit of an awkward start. My Wife Knows Everything broke well. Lady Mutada is up and on the pace. Rojo's Tune is out third. The Wife Doesn't Know fourth to the outside. And Eleni's Hope is fifth as they move for the first turn. On the far outside, Little Miss Macho is going up after that tardy start all the way up to battle with the leaders. On the lucky side is next. A ground-saving trip for Morningside Heights. Late for class in Miss Tallahassee are in the back of the field as Lady Mutada leads the way to the backstretch. And Little Miss Macho is second through a quarter of 24 2/5 seconds. Rojo's Tune third at the rail. And then comes My Wife Knows Everything and The Wife Doesn't Know, followed by Eleni's Hope on the inside, 5 off the lead. 2.5 to Late for Class. To the outside on the lucky side, Morningside Heights along the rail. Miss Tallahassee is last. The half was in 48 3. Past the half-mile pole, Lady Mutada by a length and a half. Little Miss Macho is in second. After that comes My Wife Knows Everything in third. On the far outside, The Wife Doesn't Know is moving up and is now fourth and right alongside of My Wife Knows Everything. My Wife Knows Everything and The Wife Doesn't Know are moving together on the far turn, and they're coming after Lady Mutada coming to the quarter pole.
Come on now.
Lady Mutada in front. Here come My Wife Knows Everything, and The Wife Doesn't Know on the far outside. Little Miss Macho is fourth. They're into the stretch. Lady Mutada, My Wife Knows Everything. Center of the track, The Wife Doesn't Know. Into the final furlong. My Wife Knows Everything. The Wife Doesn't Know. They're 1-2. Of course they are. My Wife Knows Everything in front. To the outside, The Wife Doesn't Know. My Wife Knows Everything. The Wife Doesn't Know. My Wife Knows Everything. More than The Wife Doesn't Know.
So that was basically Mike Vrabel versus Diana Rossini.
Wow. 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 Okay. Wow.
Well, that's what you're saying.
And I thought the hammer of that whole joke was the very end. The woo. No, that was the hammer right there.
Holy cow.
Goodness gracious.
I think Frank Caliendo would be proud of me for that one.
1 hour in the book.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Atlanta Braves dropped their series finale to the Detroit Tigers. Are on the road today at the Rockies. Grant Holmes on the hill for Atlanta, $1.99 favorite. Jose Quintana for the Rockies plus 163. The total 10.5 over at Coors Field in Denver. Alabama hosting Vanderbilt in Tuscaloosa. The Crimson Tide $1.25 favorite over the Commodores. Auburn plus 130 at Texas A&M. UAB laying $1.95 against Rice. Jacksonville State minus 105 against Missouri State. Danny Hamlin, the 4-1 favorite, win the Cup race this week at Texas, and Renegade 5-1 to win the Kentucky Derby. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
What does it mean to be a part of the Southeastern Conference? That you scheduled your wedding and even your child's birth around your school's game? Of course. But it means more than that. It means you're home to hundreds of Fulbright, Truman, Goldwater, and Rhodes Scholars. It means starting out as the birthplace of American public higher education, and now leading the way in unmanned spacecraft. This is the SEC, and here it just means more. What does it mean to be a part of the Southeastern Conference? That there's an honest-to-goodness chandelier in your tailgate tent? Perhaps, but it means more than that. It means pioneering medical solutions to predict new flu viruses. It means leading globally diverse teams to eliminate starvation in developing countries. And it means being home to one of the nation's top cybersecurity programs. This is the SEC. And here, it just means more.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care. Specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
This hour brought to you by SportsMed Orthopedic and Spine Center. Online at sportsmedalabama.com. Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
Hour number 2 on a Friday morning edition of Talkin' Ball. Scott is out. I'm Steve. That's Drew. Brody are whizzing, and Stacks are behind the glass here this Friday morning. Had plenty of college baseball last night to take place, including what you heard right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Baird rocks back, 1-2. Swing, and he drills it high, straightaway center. Rigdon all the way back. Goodbye! John Lamb with a walk-off homer. Alabama wins night 1 against Vanderbilt, 5-4.
That is the final call from the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Roger Hoover on the call there as Alabama come from behind, win over Vanderbilt. And honestly, Drew, really important even that one win in terms of standings when we're talking about Hoover here in a couple of weeks. But there's plenty of big series here in the final, 3 weekends of the regular season.
Yeah, but SECsports.com, just a little tidbit there. Update the standings in baseball, please. There's 3 weekends left, not 4. You're confusing people out there. I mean, I was having to do the math in my head. I swear going into last night, Alabama was 10-11. Now they're 11-11.
Yep.
Because they've got this series with Vanderbilt that's going to play itself out in the next 2 days. Then they they're on the road all next week. Last midweek game at Troy.
Seriously?
Then they go to South Carolina.
Pulling it up right now. Wow.
And then they've updated softball. I don't know why they haven't updated baseball. But then in the last series, it's going to be the Ole Miss Rebels at home. And don't let the Rebs get hot. That's the old saying with Mike Bianco, who's one of my favorite people in college baseball. We know Brian O'Connor is taking over at at Mississippi State. Pardon me. So both of those programs are definitely threats to host regionals and threats to host supers, especially Mississippi State right now, and of course both threats to go to Omaha. But we always enjoy catching up with our next guest. Of course, he hosts the afternoon drive on 105.9 in Jackson, Mississippi, from 3 to 6. He's recently married as well, so congratulations to him on that. And he's award-winning. He's a College Football Hall of Fame voter, a Bolitnikoff voter. He's very well-versed in high school and collegiate athletics in the state of Mississippi, and that is Jake Wimberly. Jake, how you doing, buddy?
Guys, I'm great. How are you guys? Appreciate you having me today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate it. I did all that without notes. I hope I got that right. If I was wrong about the wedding, I apologize. But I thought I saw on social media that you had tied the knot, so congratulations, sir.
No, I did, and I appreciate that. And real quick story on that. My wife, her family, she's actually from Tuscaloosa, huge Alabama fan. So, I have to split my house between Alabama, paraphernalia, and then, of course, Mississippi State and SEC stuff. So it's great to be with you guys.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's an interesting time in the state of Mississippi. It's probably as good as it's ever been, honestly, because they've, especially Ole Miss, has adapted very well to NIL. I think Mississippi State is starting to figure some things out. Certainly, I think Brian O'Connor was a great hire in baseball, and I think he's going to keep them near the top of that sport. And the thing I've always admired about Mississippi State is they know who they are. And what I mean by that is they're committed to baseball completely. They certainly want to be competitive in football. They want to be competitive in men's basketball, but baseball is what drives the bus for them. It's always kind of been their niche because a lot of people that are, a lot younger than I am don't realize that, honestly, Mississippi State was the first program to rise to prominence in the modern era of college baseball with Ron Polk. I mean, then Skip Bertman came along, but Mississippi State was always kind of the flag bearer in the league. And O'Connor was a gutsy move, for Mississippi State, no question about it. And so far, so good in year one. I know it's been a little up and down, Jake, but this league is so difficult. I almost think it's just a survival deal from week to week, and then you hope you're healthy going into the SEC tournament and then regional play.
No, I think you're absolutely correct. And, you know, talking to Mississippi State fans on a daily basis and, of course, other fan bases as well, like you guys do, there is 1,000% of buy-in to baseball for Mississippi State. And, you know, we've even talked about it and joked and said, hey, look, would you forfeit your football NIL to pour everything into baseball? And, of course, State fans, a lot of them are said, you know, 1,000% emphatically they would do that. Of course, you can't do that. So there's been a major commitment, recommitment after Chris Lamonis to baseball. Obviously, the upgrades to Duty Noble Field. And then Brian O'Connor, as you said, comes in and they really hit the transfer portal hard. But you referenced the difficulty of this league that everybody plays in. I mean, Mississippi State gets 2 sweeps earlier in the year. They come back, get swept themselves. They come back and grab a sweep. So it's back and forth, you know, trading body blows in this league. What's going to be interesting to see, like we always see, not just with Mississippi State and Ole Miss, but around the league, is once we get out of, you know, beating up on each other, what does the league do, you know, in the national tournament? I think that's going to be fun to watch to see how far a lot of these teams go. And I think a lot of them have a chance to go a long way.
Yeah, I do too, and like I was saying, I love Mike Bianco, and I love the rivalry. It's very passionate. It's one of the most underrated ones in collegiate athletics as far as the Egg Bowl rivalry with Mississippi State and Ole Miss. But you know, just a few years ago, matter of fact, we had one of our great friends, and I know you're heavily involved in on the Mississippi side. From a high school standpoint, we're heavily involved here in Alabama. We had Jared Smith on yesterday, and they split with Vestavia Hills, who's the number 1 team in 7A, which is as you know, is our biggest classification last year in Alabama. Yeah. But they're going to play a deciding game hopefully today. We'll see what the weather situation is. But to inspire them, and they were a state champion 2 years ago, and they're perennial power. But they watched the tribute movie, the ESPN special, when Ole Miss came out of nowhere to be the last team in and win the national championship to inspire, you know, their squad. And I thought that was very interesting because at that point in time, as Coach Smith was talking about it, Bianco was on the hot seat. If they hadn't got into the tournament, who knows what would have happened. Then they win it. And I know they've had some struggles since then, but to me, he is Ole Miss baseball. He could have left many times. He's done the Nate Oates so far, stayed at Ole Miss, and to me deserves a statue and when he retires to have, you know, the field named after him. But I just love his straightforwardness. I've always have, and I'll be honest with you, Jake, and Alabama's had their own issues in baseball, but 2 or 3 or 4 years ago when I heard he was on the hot seat and I knew Alabama had the fallen out with 2 times, I would have been all in on Mike Bianco coming to Tuscaloosa because I think he's still a great coach.
No, he's absolutely a great coach, and I agree with you. I mean, put a statue up there. You know, it's kind of a weird feel when you talk to Ole Miss fans. I know that they're absolutely appreciative of everything he's done. Ole Miss wouldn't be where they are today without him and what he's done over the last 20-plus years, you know, in Oxford. But it's that love-hate relationship, right? It's that long relationship. They did get the national championship a couple of years ago. And then, you know, you see them miss the mark so many times. I mean, but that tells you how hard this game is. You know, before the national championship, you know, super regional after super regional and just some, deflating defeats. But Ole Miss, I think, is in a great spot with Mike Bianco. You look at a lot of projections. I know you guys have talked about him, and Ole Miss is right there in that host conversation. So they've got a tough stretch, like a lot of people down, you know, here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I would not be surprised to see them make another run towards Omaha this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's a special guy, Steve.
Well, you've probably seen these teams way more than I have. Which team's better, Mississippi State or Ole Miss?
I think Mississippi State's a leg up on Ole Miss. I mean, you know, head-to-head, obviously Mississippi State has won 4 matchups this year. But when you start talking about, hey, who has a better resume, Mississippi State's bats are a little better. Ole Miss's, you know, pitching depth, at least on Friday night, looks to be a little better. But, I like what Mississippi State, the moxie that they have. I like the fact that you look at last week against LSU, 3 straight games, they go in the hole. 3 straight games, they dig themselves out of a hole. So they know how to win tough ball games. They've played a lot of close ball games. But both of these teams, I think, have an opportunity to make some noise in the postseason. But if you're making me pick one, I'm going to go with Brian O'Connor's team over Mike Bianco's this year.
Yeah, and I think O'Connor, but both of them have won national championships. But O'Connor he knows how to win, and I knew he would be a really good fit there. And how big has it in your mind? Because I know I think we had you on the show in the past, and we were wondering if he was going to stay. But I know Oklahoma made their decision, and Zach Selman stayed in Starkville. But how big was it from a continuity perspective to hold on to Zach? And of course, Zach and the administration there had a lot to do with attracting Brian O'Connor to Starkville.
No, I think that's big. I mean, I think what you want for Mississippi State is or any program is continuity. And, the fact that they went through Scott Strickland, who did a great job, and then you go through John Cohen, and then now you have Zach Selman. I think they need that leadership. I think that obviously the Brian O'Connor hire was a home run, especially from a fan's perspective, donation perspective, and Zach Selman's done a lot of great things already for the university and for the athletic department. So I think that was a big get to keep him there. He's got his hands on the pulse of the program, and I think he's doing a fantastic job in Starkville.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. And now from a football perspective. How big a year is this for Jeff Lebby? I mean, all we hear, and I get frustrated with it. I've already erupted 2 or 3 times this week about I get frustrated with the Kalen DeBoer stuff, with people questioning his leadership abilities and putting him on the hot seat, when I think people like Steve Sarkisian, who I think he is should be on the hot seat more so than Kalen DeBoer. But how hot is Lebby's seat? Because, again, it's a different set of expectations in Starkville, yet they want to win, though. They want to get to postseason, get to bowl games. Is his seat hot at all right now heading into this year?
I think there is a level of hotness, if we can use that term on a Friday. I think that there is a level of that for him. And I think more so than anything, it comes down to fan engagement and apathy, and what is the fan base locked in? Because right now the fan base, you can talk baseball on our radio stations here in Mississippi, and everybody wants to talk about it. You start talking Mississippi State football, and people start questioning Lebby. They don't say a whole lot. And look, you guys know this because you live in arguably the most competitive state with Alabama and Auburn. We've never seen a divide in this state like we've seen right now between State and Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss just coming off a national semifinal game. Right. They have played their best football over the last 3 to 4 years. Obviously, under Lane Kiffin, we'll see what they do with Pete Golding. I don't expect much of a drop off from Ole Miss this year, but the divide, I've never seen it like this in this state, where one team is at the upper end of the SEC, the other is at the lower end. And I think that plays a part in it. So, to ask, is he on the hot seat? I think he probably is. If you start seeing ticket sales drop, people, stop coming to ball games, that's where it really gets, troublesome for him. So he needs a big year. And what defines a big year? I mean, I think 6 wins, as you said, the expectations are different. They've got a key week 2 matchup against Minnesota on the road this year. And we can talk about this as we get closer to the season, but the season early at Minnesota, at South Carolina, they come home and play Missouri before a 4-week stretch where they're playing Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, and I can't remember the other one in there, but it's 4 big boys. They've got to make some hay early. If he goes out and loses at Minnesota, maybe loses at home against Missouri, if they start out 1-3, that's probably the beginning of the end for him. So he really needs to have lean into Mario Taylor. They need to have a really good showing offensively, and Zach Arnett's got to show that he can improve this defense.
Yeah, it's crazy that he's back, yeah.
But I don't know about you, Jake, but at least right out of the gate, that long homestand right out of the gate, I really thought it was the first time I could remember being engaged watching Mississippi State football. They were a fun team to watch, at least from my perspective, Jake.
The victory against Arizona State was unreal.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%, and I've taken some blows on the head from State fans over this. I said they were much better. I mean, you look at the competitiveness against Tennessee and Texas and Florida. They were right there in those ball games, and of course, fans don't want to hear it. They didn't close them out, but I thought year 2 of Jeff Lebby was much better than year 1.
And then Pete Golding, I've been critical of him when he was at Alabama a little bit, and I've taken shots at him when he went to Ole Miss's DC. But I will say I thought he did a good job in the playoff. And look, I was wrong. I didn't think Dabo was going to be a big time head coach. Maybe wrong about Pete Golding. I have been, though, impressed with what I hear in his press conferences and the way. Now, we always have to have the dump button ready because Pete's just Pete, but he's his own guy. But it's interesting to me. I'm going to kind of be fascinated to see how this goes. My first inclination when they did this was, okay, even when he had the postseason success and he beat Georgia, I'm not sure. It seemed Matt Lucas to me. But the more I hear from Golding, he's just a no-nonsense type dude. He's not making any excuses about all this stuff. I'm fascinated to see how this goes. He kept the defensive staff together and then bringing in his guys on the offensive side.
No, I am too. And I'll tell you one of the things that's interesting about Pete Golding is, and of course you guys are familiar with him, but him being from Mississippi and played football at Delta State, you can talk to a lot of high school coaches and junior college coaches about a lot of coaches that have come through here. And there's always have been mixed reviews on Dan Mullen, mixed reviews on Hugh Freeze, mixed reviews on Pick a Coach. Emphatically around Mississippi, the high school coaches love Pete Golding, absolutely love him. And the junior college coaches love Pete Golding. So I think one of the things you're going to see him do, they're going to continue to still work the transfer portal, but I see him making inroads quickly for some of the better talent in the state of Mississippi because last year alone, depending on the outlets you subscribe to, On3 Sports or 247 or ESPN, I believe it was only 8 of the top 10 players in the state of Mississippi went out of state last year. And I think Pete Golding wants to change that. I know that he's heavy on some of the better talent here. So, he's got that, Mississippi first feel. He's a Mississippi guy. And right now, I mean, he can't do no wrong. Now, obviously, if things turn on Ole Miss, if things were to fall through the cracks a little bit, then that's a totally different story. But right now, there's total buy-in on Pete Golding over here.
Well, afternoon drive, 105.9 Jackson, Mississippi, 3 to 6 every Monday through Friday. Jake, we appreciate the time. You do a great job. Thank you for joining us and giving us the intel, and we look forward to catching up again soon because we know football is right around the corner. It's going to be fun in baseball too, but appreciate you, man.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Jake. Let's take our first time out here in hour number 2, Talkin' Ball on a Friday morning.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When you're craving a juicy, made-to-order burger with all your favorite toppings, it's time to head to Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Fresh, never-frozen, hand-formed patties, crispy, fresh-cut fries, savory hot dogs, and topped off with an ice-cold real milkshake. Five Guys knows what you like. Come and get it in Huntsville on North Parkway and on Enterprise, and in Madison on Moonshot Drive and Highway 72. Order online at fiveguys.com or just walk in. Five Guys. Perfection every time.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If you need masonry, brick, stone, or block work, Eagle should be your first call. They can even help if your property needs grading, erosion control, and Eagle can handle dirt haul-off. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area.
As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Hey, this is Bob Baumhauer here to let you know that something's cooking. Many of y'all know me as that crazy jock that brought Buffalo-style chicken wings to Alabama way back when. Turns out we were way ahead of the curve and things changed. Now I'm here to tell you that you're in for another surprise. As a guy who played for Coach Bryant and Don Shula, you got to know it's going to be a winner. Stay tuned and visit us at baumhauers.com or become a fan on Facebook. You never know who's going to get some free tickets.
Hold your block until the whistle blows.
From SEC Media Days to the National Championship game.
This was a great team win.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Wow. Eddie Rabbit.
Come on.
Well, that's what we're going to be doing when we go to Tampa.
Oh, I wish you could have been in the car with us driving back from Pittsburgh.
Oh, man. Well, hell, remember how packed in we were coming back from Fort Worth, and you went on Cannonball Run overnight. We got home at 2:30 a.m. in the morning.
I wish we would have gone overnight on that one. And listen, it's because we got to the state of Tennessee and it might as well have said, sorry, we're closed. The John Candy roll there from the Vacation movie. So sorry, we're closed.
Everything was closed.
Sorry, we're closed.
Well, if you were related to Fatimus Maximus, they probably would have been open.
I'm working on it.
Well, you don't want to be related to a deadbeat.
256-4977, the telephone number. Last night we had Chris Lowe on the program. We talked quite a bit about the NCAA distributing a chart to its member institutions outlining the scenarios for a 5-year age-based eligibility concept. It is clear, it is crystal clear that the NCAA is expecting to adopt this concept for this fall. The final waivers under the current rules must be submitted by July 31st. So it looks like this 19 years old or whenever you graduate high school age limitation is going to happen.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if it doesn't. And I'm actually in favor of this. There's a lot of things I criticize with the NCAA, but
they are doing something.
As Wes Neighbor said on the drive last night, we were talking with the great Chris Lowe, is I think, one thing that's caused this is because of the arbitrariness of the NCAA, and it was just so hit and miss on whether or not you would get a waiver or not, or a 6th year. Now there's been a lot of 7-year stuff and that's still kind of coming off the COVID, because it does take a while to cycle it all out. And but even that's been inconsistent. There needs to be consistency to it. Now, as Chris said last night, there are probably still going to be lawsuits when somebody gets hurt.
Oh yeah, as soon as they implement it, in my mind, I'm thinking. Lawyers on your mark, get set, go, sue.
Yeah, so they'll say, well, my guy got hurt and he missed a year, and so he deserves a 6th year or whatnot. Or he missed
this 8-year garbage.
I know that's insane. Or it's 7-year too. But in Alabama's even benefited with Kendrick Bingley Jones and some of these guys, John Marion Latham
and a few others.
Yeah, I keep John Marion Latham. They call him Debo. I'm like, well. My man, the guy that was Debo passed away. I mean, he might end up being the new Debo by the time he finally gets done playing, because he'll be so old. So who knows? Maybe they'll just reprise him in another Friday movie. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
They're running out of Fridays, by the way.
I know. my man passed away too. You know, with
who passed away?
Taking the dump. You know, where he's sitting there spraying.
Did he really?
Yeah, man. My man. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys watch any of the Friday movies?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
is this the age gap right here?
You gotta see Smokey taking the dump. Come on, but that's a great segue. Ice Cube was in Tuscaloosa.
Yes, he was. That's exactly where I was rolling. I'm glad you picked up.
And I mean, I'm sure he's already copyrighted this.
But the fact that he still had the Dodger hat.
No, he did. But he's from Los Angeles.
I
Make him a break.
I know.
I mean, but you know, as soon as he gets out of the car and today was a good day. I mean, I hope he's copyrighted that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, trust me. I think he's doing all right for himself.
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be somebody I would like to talk to.
Oh, no question.
Talk a little basketball.
That's when rap music was rap music and not garbage.
Although I will tell you, there
like
is
your boy Bad Bunny.
He's my boy.
Yeah.
There's a new one.
Ran into him. I didn't have that great experience.
There is somebody that I've just now started to get into, and Drake Baldwin. Actually, when I was at the Braves game, it's his walk-up song.
Yeah,
and I know I'm going to screw this up, but it's called "The Largest" by a rapper named Big X the Pug.
Come on, Stacks and
Big
Wizen.
X the Plug.
There we go.
And I know he's going
to
be in Decatur.
Yeah, Rock the South.
You are just blaring.
He's the music guy. See, Wizen is the music guy, man. He knows what's going on.
So I've been listening to Big X, and he's not bad.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
There you go. I appreciate you not screaming in my ear. A big thank you there to Brian Temple for fixing our board there yesterday. But now we've got two microphones rather than one on the other side. So that way everybody can be involved.
Yeah, I mean, Stacks got a microphone. Wizen's got a microphone. Everybody does.
All right. If you are coming back with some Big X, you're probably going to need to, have that edit button.
Oh, we already got the clean version ready.
Oh, the clean version. So The Largest is the Drake Baldwin walk-up song. That's right now my favorite song that he
By the way,
has put out
Drake
there.
has become a closet Alabama baseball fan and football fan due to Roger Myers. So he has been on campus.
You talking about Drake,
Drake Baldwin, the catcher for the Atlanta Braves and designated hitter. Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Just wanted to clarify your Drakes.
Drake went to his first Alabama football game last year, and I think, and of course, he's not coming down for baseball games because he's playing baseball.
He's got it, and he's playing an elite level right now.
He's a great player. There's no doubt about that.
Let's take a time out. Mike Detillier is set to join us on the other side. Friday morning edition of Talkin' Ball.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Travel accommodations for 97.7 ESPN The Zone provided by University Kia. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy sky this afternoon. Temperatures only climbing into the mid and upper 60s. Quite cool for the first day of May. We're going to be talking about a little bit of rain that'll move in this evening, and then we'll talk about a little more rain through the overnight early into your Saturday morning. Temperatures drop into the mid and upper 40s. A partly sunny sky Saturday afternoon. Temperatures only climb into the mid 60s.
Your Fox 54 weather only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. Taking care of your property yourself can be a real headache. Eagle can handle it for you. They offer full landscaping services, irrigation, mowing, bush hog, and can install plants and trees, sod, and even landscape borders. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Tom Abraham here for my longtime friend Mike Owen of Owen Home Appliance. You know, Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance prides themselves on community involvement as well, sponsoring local teams and events while making sure that you get the right appliance at the right price. Visit their highly interactive showroom in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river on 231.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement, it's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama.
No Wi-Fi?
How are we going to stream the game?
Mom, I have a research project due.
How are we going to make dinner?
Don't let power outages send your family into a meltdown. Get a Generac generator from Current Electrical. We keep your lights on and your Wi-Fi on. Visit gensuperstore.com or call 256-880-1880. Trust us, your family will thank you.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreigns. I'm heartless. Yeah. These niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest. 30K on my riches for hard times. These niggas just mad because they in my archives.
Okay.
If you you lay right there by your own kind. Hold up a foe with a loco.
It is a Friday morning edition, and he's going to be... Big X is going to be out in Decatur, Alabama. Just, I think in early June, I want to say, out there at the field. So, just saying, we got some big names coming here in North Alabama. The draft is now in the rearview mirror. It was the second most draft day trades in NFL history. The largest was back in 23 when we had 43 draft day trades. 41 of them occurred this past weekend, Drew.
It really did. It was a very unique, interesting draft. And our next guest is one of the most connected football people we talk to. Of course, he covers the Saints, saintsreport.com. He covers LSU for WWL Radio in the great city of New Orleans. He has his daily radio show with Bobby Hebert, where he's on, and I've been honored to be on it a few times. We all know it's the highest rated show in Louisiana, but there's no one that's more well versed in football because again he does a lot of legwork. He goes to the Manning Passing Academy every year, so we wanted to kind of talk some NFL draft this year, kind of wrapping it, and then look to next year as well because it could be a huge year for the NFL draft and the talent that could be matriculating to the National Football League. But we're talking about Mike Detillier, and he's with us this morning. Mike, you're with Drew and Steve Moulton. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine, guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And you again, I always reference this because you were the first one that made us aware of Arch Manning when he was coming up, and now there's so much conversation about him. He finished the year strong. He's at the top of the draft boards next year if he should decide to come out. But the Manning family has always done it right, in my opinion. It's always been slow and steady wins the race. They never are in a hurry. Is it a foregone conclusion if he's healthy that Arch comes out, or could he stay another year?
No, he's gonna come out for the 2027 draft. It was so funny last year. I had Archie on the day after the draft. Well, the Monday after the draft, and he was laughing on air that all these sites that were talking about Little Arch coming out early, and he said, "I guarantee you, he will play." The 2026 season. He's not coming out early for the draft. He's going to play out his college career. And I had people tell me, well, what does Archie know about what Little Arch will do? It's his grandpa, stupid. I mean, how dumb can you be? They got them all out there. You guys get it just like I do. I knew because of his lack of experience that he would play again in 2026. He had basically been a backup to yours at Texas, and they want to try to get him as prepared can be to play in the NFL. And this would give him 2 full years as a starter. It surprised me of how slow he got out of the gates, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I really thought that he would get out much quicker. And we saw as the season progressed, he steadily became the guy that I think most of us thought he would be. And I've told this to people long ago. One of the most underrated features with Little Arch is he sort of run like Grandpa.
Yeah.
He don't run like, he don't run like his 2 uncles and Eli and Peyton. He run more like, he won't like Red. He run like Archie. And you saw his impact as a runner, too. So, and then them getting Cam at wide receiver, man, I'd like to throw to him, too. I think this is going to be a big year for Little Arch. And it's going to be interesting to see how people feel about it because Dante Moore, this was also his first full year as a starter at Oregon.
Yes.
And his impact, which was very quick, and they put him in a low-risk offense, a lot of short, quick throws, but he's a super talented young man. And so, you got those 2 guys, and they're probably the highest-rated player is Jeremiah Smith, the wide receiver from Ohio State.
Yeah.
But in all my years learning with Hebert, the one thing that he's told me that is absolutely correct, because some of the other stuff I question. It's accurate. But, he always says, Mike, I'm telling you, Mike, everything is secondary. Quarterbacks trump every position. He told me that years and years ago, and he's absolutely right about it. And that's why I think, what's happening at Texas Tech, NFL teams will keep a close eye on because I'll be honest with you, who was my number 3 guy is Brandon Sorsby.
Wow.
And I do not think he'll ever play college football, not with the allegations I've seen.
Yeah.
And they've got him kind of dead to right. He's going to throw himself into this summer supplemental draft.
The return.
That's what I would advise him to do. You're not going to win this in court at all. Even trying to get an injunction to kind of get you on the field, that's not going to happen. He's going to have to come out early, and he is very talented, guys. I've seen him enough. Man, he's got the size. He's got a whip for an arm. That thing comes out of there really quick. He's a movement guy. He does a nice job of setting up his throw, and he's mechanically sound. That's a story for the summer for the NFL because I've talked to enough lawyers that have let me know that there's no way he can win this. And the NCAA has very little teeth in anything today. But on gambling and that much, he's never going to play college football again. He's going to come out early for the supplemental draft. And they'll have a host of teams looking for him. This is a quarterback star of NFL.
Yeah, so you're telling me he might be a Jet or a Cardinal?
Well, the Jets got 3 first-round picks. Hell, I'd use one of them.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good point.
Man, the Jets and the word clever on draft days have never been used much. But
I don't think at all, Mike.
I'll give them credit. I thought this year they did a really good job. I would have not picked David Bailey. I would have picked Arvell Reese over Bailey, but I really thought David was an outstanding football player. And just his ability to get that ball out off the snap real quick and get into the backfield, high impact player off the edge, and then Kenyon Sadiq, the hybrid sort of tight end wide receiver, and then you get Omar Cooper at wide receiver, who I thought of all the receivers was the best at contested catches. He's physical. Man, he's unafraid to go over the middle. And pound for pound, maybe the best football player out there, D'Angelo Pounds. Who you play in the slot, and he'll be 3/4 of a starter there. Reminds me a lot of his coach, Aaron Glenn, who I got to know here when he was the secondary coach for the Saints. Hey, the Jets did pretty good. And you got 3 first-round picks for next year, and you get Sorsby early. So why wouldn't you seriously consider that if you're the Jets at that point in time?
We shall see. Mike, since we were on Manning's, do you have an early scouting report on Marshall Manning?
Oh, here we go.
Man, he sort of remind me a little bit of his pop. He's highly competitive. I got to see him 2 years ago. He was arguing with his dad because they have this contest where if you can sink a football in a basketball hoop from 20 yards, you would get a year of Raising Cane's chicken for free. And
that's valuable right there.
They ran through the gambit of quarterbacks. None of them did it. And Marshall threw a fit to get involved. And so they let him throw. He threw it online. It didn't go in. So he was insisting he should get another shot at it. and so Grandpa Archie was, no, you had your shot. You had your shot. No. But he's really talented. You can tell the way he throws the football, and, man, he's got really nice touch and accuracy skills for a young quarterback, and he's the next one, believe me. And I talked to Archie about it. Archie's had some surgery on his back, and so we communicate via text now. He's still recovering from the back surgery, but he's all excited about the Manning camp. And the one guy last year that tried to get in and couldn't because his coach was a horse's patoot was Fernando Mendoza.
Really?
Kurt Signetti would not let him loose. Fernando committed to Archie and told him, I'm going to be there, Mr. Archie. I'll be there. I want to go. Kurt Signetti jumped in and said, well, normally he practices with his receivers on Friday and Saturday, and I'm not allowing him to go.
Wow.
And so, Archie's feel is, wait a minute, you're talking about this is just 2 practices. Let him come here. But Signetti wouldn't budge, would not budge, and he stayed there. Hey, it worked out pretty good, right? They won the national championship. But I didn't get to see him at Manning Passing Academy.
I know you get a chance to see a lot of these guys, and of course you've seen Sorsby, and he could end up being a first-round guy. And this would be the first supplemental draft in a long time, Mike.
Be the first one with a high-profile player in quite some time because you're talking about the quarterback position now, and you're talking about a guy that, Lane Kiffin can thank his lucky stars because that was the guy he originally
That's right.
wanted.
Yeah, that's right.
And he ends up at Tech. I'm not real sure what's going to happen there because their backup, they're not expecting him back until, October?
That's right.
With
Will
the knee
Hammond.
injury.
Right.
So, man, you talk about a mess. And the craziest thing is, we have people in the gaming industry. One of the guys from Las Vegas told us that Texas Tech with Sorsby, they were double-digit favorite in every regular season game this year. Man, think of that. Double-digit favorite in every regular season game. This was a team that could literally have seen themselves. They were going to be in the top 12, but they could have been, a team maybe pressing for the national championship if Sorsby had not got himself in trouble. And I think he's in a lot from an NCAA standpoint. And so I think his people are just trying to maybe do a little bit of a jump the ditch in saying, okay, he's got rehab and he paid his price so the NFL doesn't come down on him.
Do you think the NFL could come down on him?
It's possible. It is possible they could. But the one thing with the NFL, man, if you can play, they got a green light for it. And the red is green. It's always green if you can play.
There's no doubt about that now, Mike. And speaking of can play, I know he's been injured and he had a foot issue. What's the outlook in your mind? What kind of buzz? And I know you get a chance to see him, I'm sure, at the Manning Passing Academy as well. But they ended up getting Sam Levitt. It took a while for LSU. But what's the intel on him right now?
Probably erratic as a passer. It don't take me long to figure that one out. He's streaky as a passer.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's off, he's high and wide. He's almost like a baseball pitcher. Man, when you see him throw the first couple passes and they on target, you got problems. But then, he was like that at Manning. I'll be honest with you. The first practice I saw him, he was hot. And he threw like 13, 14 straight completions like on a dart to receivers. The Saturday, he couldn't have hit a backside of a barn with a bazooka. I mean, he was all over the place throwing the ball. And so what I saw on film, I saw in person, and no pass rush. That's the other part. So that's going to be the first thing with Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss Jr. is trying to get the accuracy better with him. And also his footwork. I saw immediately. He's throwing off his back foot. He's kind of half-footed and when he makes a throw. And he's also going to have to be careful running the ball. He, a lot of times, is a one read, I'm taking off running. Okay? You got to be more patient in the pocket doing so. But he's very gifted, a tough guy. He gets the ball between arms and hands, and he's got a rifle. He's got a rifle, and he's super competitive, too. You could see him, against the other guys. He was very, very competitive. Sometimes you don't gather that, but I saw it in Sam. And he did get some work in the spring before he had the screws taken out of his foot. But he is a huge key to LSU's success this year. Okay, Hussein Longstreet, I think he's down the road, and he really made progress toward the end, former USC quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But this team is going to be built around Sam Levitt on offense, and they need to get Whit Weeks healthy on defense. Mm-hmm. We didn't see Whit in the spring either. Those two are the two keys for LSU, and finding a running game, which has been null and void here for 4 years. Everybody said, "Oh, look how well they ran the football a couple of years ago." Hey, genius, they ran it with Jaden Daniels. He took off running. He scared the bejesus out of you. That's not what – it all counts, but that's not what I would say lining up and trying to run the ball. Jaden, he was as good an improv quarterback as I've ever seen at the collegiate level. Just take off running, and, you saw defensive backs was like, whoa, what just passed me? Well, it was Daniels. because you almost felt the wind when he would run back.
No doubt.
He was so fast. But LSU's ability to run the football is certainly, I think, what everybody here wants to see.
Well, Mike, we certainly love hearing from you, loving the intel from this past draft, and, of course, looking ahead to the future. No one knows the Mannings better than you. We can't wait to get your intel after the Manning Passing Academy, which is going to be here before we know it. I know it's always one of the rites of passage in the summer for the new football season. But, again, let everybody know how to connect with you, and we certainly really appreciate your time. I know you have a busy schedule.
Yeah, SaintsReport.com, WWL.com. Also, too, already for the Louisiana Line Camp.
Ah, yes.
That's something that we have even before Manning.
That's right.
And it's run by Papa Pete, old man Pete Jenkins, 84 years old.
He's great.
He's 19 NFL All-Pro players and 68 All-SEC first-team performers. That's who he's coached. And he got everybody and his brother calling him for stuff. So Pete runs it on defense, and a guy that was pretty good on offense too, Kevin Mawai.
Oh yeah,
Football Hall of Fame. We got 19 young men from the state of Alabama coming here.
Oh, awesome!
High school players from the state of Alabama already signed up to come to the Louisiana Line Camp. Thrilled about it. We got 8 last year from Massachusetts, and the smallest guy. We measured him in. He was a little under 6'5", and he was 310 pounds.
Nice.
Smallest. Call him Biscuit. All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate
sir.
it, brother.
Thanks a lot, guys. Y'all take care.
Let's take our final time out here in hour number 2. We'll wrap things up for hour number 2 next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
I'm Abraham here for Valley Equipment Rental. You know, if you're a contractor installing fences, you need Valley Equipment Rental for augers of all sizes. And if you need a forklift to get those shingles up high on a roof, Valley Equipment has 10K lifts that reach to 56 feet. Valley also has tow-behind lifts that have a working height of 35 to 55 feet as well for power washing those 2-story homes or doing whatever else you need to do. Lifts, forklifts, tow-behind lifts, 35 feet and up, they have your lift at Valley Equipment Rental. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Valley Equipment Rental.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If you need masonry, brick, stone, or block work, Eagle should be your first call. They can even help if your property needs grading, erosion control, and Eagle can handle dirt haul-off. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money. Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
Well, this is where I was going to tell you to check out our new zone deal. It ain't on there. It ain't on there. It ain't on there. We are scheduled to have Bad Daddy's Burger Bar front and center back. It ain't on there. But I will tell you, there's plenty of zone deals to enjoy for your upcoming weekend. If you want to save a little money, maybe put that money towards your gas tank, and then you can save money, at Bubby's Diner or Carrabba's Italian Grill, Sea Salt, Full Moon Barbecue. If you want to go play some golf, this is beautiful weather. Cherokee Ridge and Gunner's Landing are available. You also have Apple Lane Farms, the end zone. Everybody scores once you get into the end zone. Barbecue, indeed, at Dreamland Barbecue. There's only a couple of those left. And the Yard Milkshake Bar right there for you. You got baseball going on tonight at Toyota Field. It's right across the street from Toyota Field. The Yard Milkshake Bar. You been out there yet, John? You have? What's your go-to milkshake?
I like the cinnamon toast milkshake a lot.
That sounds
but
fantastic.
Nothing beats OG cookies and cream.
Okay.
What about the...
Uh-oh.
What was that?
I have no idea. I don't know if I want to know.
It was talk radio. I accidentally.
Oh, see? Well, talk radio is on the air. There you go. That's good to hear. 2 hours in the books. 1 to go on this Friday.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
This hour of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by Hyundai Decatur, located on the Beltline.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
Final hour of the week for me on this show. I still got another show later on tonight because Alabama baseball has moved up. Start time at 12:15, so that's going to eat into a little bit of Rich Eisen, and you might cut off a little bit of the Feinbaum program, but we should be good to go on the drive later on this evening, and that'll walk you up to Trash Panda Baseball. Star Wars night, by the way, out at Toyota Field. May the Force be with the Trash Pandas. I'm sure you're probably going to hear that more than you won't hear that for old Trash Panda night with, it is after all May.
Yeah.
So, that's May 4th is coming up right around the corner. So, just duly noted there. But back to SEC baseball, there is plenty of big series, including what Alabama did last night against Vanderbilt. And a come-from-behind win. We talked about the hidden ball trick that worked for Vanderbilt. I thought, wow, that'd be a heck of a way to pull off the first win of that series. Well, Bama comes back with the bats and a walk-off home run. It turns out to be the difference in that one, but also a big series involving the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, it may be the biggest series in the SEC, arguably, this weekend. Top 10 matchup, but, this league is so difficult. But the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies, they are going to be hosting the Auburn Tigers. Game 1 will be tonight at 7 o'clock. Hopefully the weather's not going to affect the state of Texas. It's certainly affected our state, as you've already talked about, Steve. Alabama and both on softball and baseball are both moved their games up to 12:30 today. Bama, of course, Game 2 against Vanderbilt on the baseball side. Game 2 against South Carolina on the softball side. But the Auburn Tigers and Texas A&M Aggies. And Texas A&M, just low-key, maybe, and this is, a total compliment, maybe the biggest surprise in the league. They were a disappointment last year as Michael Early took over. They were supposed to be loaded. Didn't quite work out that way. But this year, I know there was some talk of them dismissing him after 1 year. I think it's a good thing they didn't do it. They've let him settle in, and now they're as good as any team. They got a chance to win the regular season SEC championship, especially if they can have a good weekend against the Auburn Tigers. And we always enjoy catching up with the voice of the Aggies. He's always kind to us. Last time we spoke with him, a guy named Bucky McMillan was getting things started on the hard court and had a good year in basketball. And now they're 34-8 right now, Aggie baseball, 14-6 in the SEC. And we're going to talk to Andrew Monaco. Andrew, you're with Drew and Steve Moulton here in Huntsville. How are you?
I'm doing just great. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of being back, A&M loves baseball. They have a very passionate fan base. Bluebell Park, outstanding facility. Disappointing the last couple of years. We ended the Childress era. And then, of course, we know what happened with Schlossnagle leaving after almost winning a national title. They were disappointing last year, but complete turnaround this year. They're one of the best offensive teams in the country.
Yeah, because of those two guys at the top of the lineup that Michael did not have last year, which
there you go.
I defy any coach to lose 2 first-round picks. And having Gavin Grahovac and Caden Sorrell healthy, it illuminates how much you missed them last year. Gavin played 6 games, Caden played half a season, and he wasn't healthy for all of that. And that's the big difference. But also, you go out and you address a need, and you get Chris Akopian, who probably is one of the best hitters. And if you look at any draft board, you see that he's going to go high. And he comes from Maryland. And I think a sneaky one was getting Jake Dewar from Florida Atlantic, a kid who grew up in the Dallas area. We call it the Flower Mound Mafia because there's 4 guys from Flower Mound on this team.
Wow.
That absolutely helped, as has the blossoming. Look, we're playing with 2 freshmen on the left side of the infield and a pretty special one in right field. And you guys know that the difference between high school ball to college is even more difficult when you go high school to the SEC and succeed, and they've been able to do that. So very happy for Michael. Yeah, I think he has settled in as the head coach. I think he learned an awful lot from last year, but I also like that there were some players that he talked about last year through the disappointment who have made the step to this year, including a guy you'll see on Saturday at Aiden Sims on the mound.
Nice. Well, if anything caught my eye, I say relatively early, it was the 12-0 beat down against Vanderbilt. That was a doubleheader day, but in terms of just how rock solid this team is have you had a moment this year where it's something that helped this team grow together that I have not seen, Andrew?
I want to say the Sunday win, the run rule of Georgia was big. They had lost the series at Oklahoma, and Sunday was we were treated to Norman's finest winds. I think it was 40 miles an hour in that one. Came back, but lost that one 12-11, and then Georgia just mashed their way to the first 2 wins. And I really thought Aiden Sims, who was the Sunday guy then, that was a big performance, and I like the turnaround. And you talk about that Vanderbilt win. I think that's another key moment because Vanderbilt came in, and in that first game, it was just a slugfest, but the Aggies never got the lead. And I thought the Aggies were sloppy and inconsistent, but the bounce back in that doubleheader, they took game 1, and then that run rule, I think they realized, as you guys understand, it's a 3-game series, and the first game doesn't determine, and whoever plays more consistently, and Michael Early has said that, you can compete with consistency, and I think the Aggies have been way more consistent this year. It's not just the 2 players that I mentioned, Gavin and Caden, being back. They're fielding better. They run the bases better. They're really a solid team, and that has helped them win games or win series, and that's what they've done. After Oklahoma and Georgia, they've won every series since then, and I think that's been important for their confidence.
And how do you see this magic? Because Auburn has really sort of turned things around. They went through kind of an offensive drought when they got swept by Alabama and toward the end.
Auburn does have plenty of arms.
Yeah, and they do. The Auburn's pitched it very well, but their offense seems to be awakening too. Butch's team's always kind of round into form, but Andrew, how do you kind of see this matchup? It's very tough though to win on the road in the SEC, so I know the Aggies have to be confident.
Well, with those arms, it makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it? And I think this will be a staff that. Look, Georgia, wonderful staff. I like what Oklahoma has. I have a feeling that the Aggies will now, in these last 3 series, this becomes the test for them because it's Auburn for the Aggies. It's Auburn this weekend, at Ole Miss, then Mississippi State. So
tough.
Look, if you're going to do anything in the SEC, I was joking with Michael last week. I said, I'm just going to ask you the same question on Friday. I'm just going to insert the school because that's what we saw with Aiden King last Friday, right? That's what we're going to see with Alvarez. And that's this probably will be the best staff I think the Aggies will see in a weekend. And it reminds me of something that Rob Childress said when I first started doing this with him. And he said, there's always this good news in the SEC that you get rid of the starter and then that next guy out of the pen has a better arm. He goes, that's SEC pitching in a nutshell. Or, there's that Sunday revelation. Look, when you've got the best ERA in the SEC and it's barely above 3, that's incredible. That's incredible. And I'm with you on the offense because we all noticed that weekend that Auburn was swept. Was that the weekend where there were so many sweeps in the SEC?
Yes.
Because they're so rare.
Yeah.
Aren't they? They're so rare. And it seemed like every weekend was a sweep, which is difficult. But again, teams round into shape. Now that you see this lineup, you have the 300 hitters. You have Guevara, who's near the top of all of that. But here's what I always look at in the SEC. Look at the bottom of the lineup. That's where the length and pitchers just don't get a breath. Now, that is what Auburn's going to face for Texas A&M. In all fairness, that's I don't want to say an equalizer because, last Friday, Aiden King proved that good pitching beats good hitting as he shut down the Aggies. But when you have to face a long lineup, you have to be a special pitcher, and that's where I think Auburn is really, really good. They will be tested by this lineup. I will not lie to you. It's a good lineup, and I'm not afraid to say that. But the consistency of arms of Auburn, that's what's going to challenge Texas A&M all weekend. And again, maybe at a time when Auburn makes a pitching change, Aggies will try to take a breath. That's not going to happen either because just the sheer number of arms coming out of that Auburn pen.
Well, and Chris Lee does a great job of Southeastern 16. And he told me early on with the return of Grahovac and these injured hitters and the additions in the portal that he said this A&M offense may end up being historic. And I was really impressed when basically only a monsoon kept them from sweeping Texas.
Yeah, they couldn't wait to play that Sunday game.
I know, I couldn't believe it. 9:30. They're about to play at 9:30, I thought.
Yeah, that was absolutely the longest day. Yeah, he's right. I compare it to very similar to the 24 lineup that went to Omaha.
Yes,
and lost
that's
to
very
Tennessee.
true.
But the other comp for me was the 22 season because not the same lineup, but they were able to win series on the weekend with pitching that was not always its strength, but someone always stepped up in the bullpen for them during those weekends. They would win on Friday and find a way to win on Sunday. They never won a Saturday game in any of those series. But they weren't getting any length out of their starting pitching. Now, I have to tell you this also, in all honesty, that entire year I'm saying this isn't sustainable. It's not sustainable. And then I'm in Omaha going, well, I guess it was sustainable, But I thought that was something where it was like, okay, who was going to step up? So a couple of injuries early in the season for this pitching staff to Caden McCoy, and I don't know where he would have pitched. Josh Stewart was going to definitely be part of that bridge to Clayton Freshcorn on the back end. And I think this staff was hampered by that and that, that's a shame we lost these two guys. Well, the point is, yeah, you have. Who's going to step up in the role? And now I think there is more of a bridge to the back end for this pitching staff. But they've got to get more length out of Shane Sadeo, and they've got to get more length if it's Weston Moss. Aiden Sims has been the most dependable, and Gavin Lyons has been a revelation out of the bullpen. I don't know if he becomes a starter, but he's been that guy that if Sadeo doesn't go very long, Gavin Lyons can, as he did against Texas. But that's something, if they can shore up that pitching, then I think they become even more dangerous. They can outslug you, but it was really nice to see them win a 5-1 game against Florida on that Sunday to take the series. They live by the long ball, but they don't die if they don't hit it, if you understand what I mean. Like they can win if they're not hitting homers because they have extra base power, because they're getting guys in from third base with less than 1 out or less than 2 outs. That had been the struggle last year. They would leave those men on base. So they can win in a couple of different ways, but the long ball is very big. And sometimes it's on a mistake. Sometimes you can throw a really good pitch. That's the type of hitters that they are. So that's the thing to me. It's not a, if this doesn't go, they're not going to win. No, I think they can win in different ways.
Yeah,
I see Texas A&M is 6-6 against top 25 teams, but there's 10 ranked teams in the Southeastern Conference right now. But just in terms of seeing that stat in particular, it surprised me a little bit just because how well I know the Aggies have played at home. But 6-6 against top 25, is that at all concerning? Or tell me, is that a little deceiving? You tell me.
Slightly deceiving. I think it was from the beginning of the year. That includes UCLA in Arlington, who's well-deserving of the ranking. Obviously, Georgia. But a couple of those are Texas. That's home. Depending on who's ranking and who's doing what, Florida was as high as 12, things like that. Could it be more? Like now you're getting into the consistency part of that.
Yeah.
There were some that were early where you're still trying to find your way. Does it concern me? No, because I think there's confidence now in this lineup. There's confidence in who is pitching well. But it will be something going forward. But you guys know, every week, even when you play an SEC team that's not ranked, I feel they're a ranked team. Does that make sense? Like, I mean, that's the competition.
Especially this year. I mean,
I think it's
LSU is 6 and 15.
Like that. So, but there is that separator between the top 10, and then we're all playing for to be a top 8 when you get into the regional. You just have to let it play out, and sometimes we make up our minds very early in the season, and we don't take the opportunity to see how a team is growing or seeing if a player comes back for a certain team and gets inserted into the lineup, or there's a pitcher that you might see that even gives you a little bit of depth for that. So, look, the other thing that's happened this weekend, this season is Tuesdays are not a guarantee for the higher seed to win.
No.
And I think that's a testament to college baseball and the talent that's in college baseball. So, yeah, I mean, you look at that because when you get to the certain part of the year, you're going to be playing nothing but top 10 teams. But that's going to be when I think every team's going to be at their at full strength and at their highest confidence.
Well, and Andrew, before we let you go, I've got to ask, because you've had a chance now to be around him for his first full season. Certainly, he's been very active in the transfer portal. Now that you've had your first full experience with Buckyball, your impressions?
I love him. I can't tell you, and I've said this to him when I see him. I'm like, you don't know how happy I am that you're here. Like, he just fits. He fits us, and I just think there's something about his enthusiasm and his winning. Don't miss the winning part. That's big also. I just think we've talked about this before. The way he has flat out embraced this place, that it's not, okay, here I am and it's just my guys and this and that. And no, he's embraced all of it, dived right in, loved the players that he has brought in for who they are, not the talent, for who they are. And I think that matters because you still have to, I think it matters to him that you still have to represent this school. But I think he's the perfect man at the top, especially in this day and age of basketball. I think the way he thinks about guys who want to play in the league, what's next, or maybe they're just going to finish out a career. I think he's good at making puzzle pieces fit. I think he's good in game. I'm thrilled he's here. I'm thrilled he has the extension. I just think he's been an outstanding addition. And he said this privately. Look, and I shouldn't say privately, but with no shot at all to this current team that just completed their season. He said, look, this is going to be the worst team I'm going to have at Texas A&M. And I understood exactly how he said it.
Yeah.
Brand new pieces, right? That we talked about this before. It was a vision. Buckyball was a vision. It's not a vision anymore. It's a reality. And he's going to have so much respect for this group and what they did. But he said, this is probably going to be my worst team at Texas A&M. They're going to be better. And I just got excited all over again. So he's been outstanding. And he's a terrific person, as you all know. And here's the other one. He's usually the brightest guy in the room, too, but he doesn't let you know that. He's a bright person. Not just a coach. He's a bright person for sure.
Well, when I got first introduced to Bucky, he was at Mountain Brook, and I initially had one thought of, wow, this is an NBA coach. I really think one day he will be an NBA coach, but he's just sharp. There's just no other way to put it.
It's funny you say that because you know what? When you say that, my first thought is the coaches that have made that adjustment, right, from college would be Billy Donovan and Brad Stevens.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
And the thought being, no, but Billy at Oklahoma City.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Right? But think about it. When you met coaches like, I think Bucky's very much in that category. No, because Billy went to a football school and wins 2 championships, right? And Brad Stevens made the adjustment. And all I can say is this. When he was with Boston, Greg Popovich loved what he was running.
Yeah.
And to me, that was always a pretty good sign, right? But now that you say that, Bucky has similar tendencies and characteristics of those guys. Because not many have succeeded. And again, not many succeed because they go to awful franchises. But, with guys like that, that's interesting that you say that. Very interesting because I think he does have those characteristics as well.
Well, enjoy the weekend series. Have a great call tonight at 7. And I think the other 2 games right now are 2 and 1 p.m. for Saturday and Sunday. going to be some high-level college baseball over at Blue Bell Park. It'll be Texas A&M hosting the Auburn Tigers in the top 10 matchup. And it's a big 3 weeks for Texas A&M to try to solidify a national seed and potentially win the SEC regular season title for Michael Early. But, Andrew, we always appreciate it. Such a great conversation. Thank you. And once again, look forward to catching up again soon. But thanks for coming on with us this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Let's take our first time out here in hour number 3. The Tom Abraham Show begins in 40 minutes' time. That's right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
At Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, we love baseball almost as much as we love serving up the best and baddest burgers around. People have called our burgers totally insane. And at Bad Daddy's, we take that as a compliment. But it's not just burgers. Up first, starters like our fried pickles, wings, or poblano frites. Second, try one of Bad Daddy's giant chopped salads. Third, our famous chef-inspired burgers with lots of different taste options. And before you head home, finish up with one of our shakes or delicious banana pudding. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar on the Parkway in Huntsville and Clift Farm in Madison.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Tom Abraham here for Valley Equipment Rental. You know, if you're a contractor installing fences, you need Valley Equipment Rental for augers of all sizes. And if you need a forklift to get those shingles up high on a roof, Valley Equipment has 10K lifts that reach to 56 feet. Valley also has tow-behind lifts that have a working height of 35 to 55 feet as well for power washing those two-story homes or doing whatever else you need to do. Lifts, forklifts, tow-behind lifts, 35 feet and up, they have your lift at Valley Equipment Rental. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Valley Equipment Rental.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com. You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The zone deal is now up and running.
There we go.
Bad Daddy's Burger Bar.
It usually sells out pretty fast, man.
So head over to our website, 977ESPN.com. We got a lot going on today. including some UAH baseball at Chakalaka Park there.
Oh, this is conference tournament time.
Conference tournament time. Chargers are the 8 seed, taking on 5 seed Delta State. You can hear that over on the Chargers Zone. Joe Hunk, who I'm sure I hope he's already there.
Well, I'm sure
you got an hour and a half before
that's
first
why he
pitch.
couldn't do the show this week, man. He's got to do that. He's got to be doing a conference tournament.
Chakalaka there. And it's a beautiful place. If you've never been there.
I've been to Chakalaka Park and helping the HSAA and doing softball and baseball. It's a beautiful facility, man.
So you got Delta State and UAH over on the Charger Zone. Then coming up at 12:15, it will be Alabama Vanderbilt. And then later on this evening, Trash Panda Baseball against Knoxville. Then we'll join in progress. Braves at Rockies. That is set for a 7:40 first pitch. So I'm thinking like around the 5th inning, maybe something along those lines, as the Trash Pandas continue their home series against Knoxville.
Are they still the Smokies?
They are still the Smokies, just not Tennessee. They're Knoxville. But
how unfortunate.
Coming up tomorrow, I think start time is still 1 o'clock for Alabama Vanderbilt. And then we'll have Trash Panda Baseball for you again right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And then we'll join again in progress, Braves and Rockies. And then more Trash Panda Baseball coming up on Sunday as well. That's all right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. So there was a few little we subscribe to a few services, and this kind of caught my eye because I know how much I'm on the phone, you're on the phone, we're all on the phone. Yeah, well, there's now something called a phone-free social gatherings. Have you heard about this? No. It has evidently increased worldwide by 567%. I don't know who came up with that number. I mean, just random number. Between 2024 and 2025, this is driven primarily by Gen Z and millennials seeking connection beyond just, your phone. Like actually having a conversation. I think this needs to happen more and more. Because honestly, I don't know about you, Drew, but I think it was last year. I made a mindful, do that. Just put my phone down, walk away from it when I don't need it.
Yeah, we
and just
off the air
unplug.
You remember?
We went off the air the other day, and my phone was on
vibrate.
Mute. It was it was turned off.
Oh, it was turned off completely.
I mean, it just.
Well, I'll just say you stepped away from your phone,
and I just detached.
Yeah.
But I think, it's done me a lot of good. I don't know about you, Drew, but
hell, I don't. I mean, I just the thing about it is you're always getting texts, you're always getting alerts on social media. It's not so much talking on the phone. I guess it's just communication.
Yeah. So I'm all for this. It's called a global detox movement.
Okay.
To go phone free for social events. So you know what?
Well, due to how important it is for me to do this show every day.
No. Trust me. I fully understand. And booking guests well, you were just about that way with your Twitter account. Your X account is still in limbo.
By the way, I will. This is hell may be freezing over right now, but I am going to thank the AC and the Iranians. AC gave me, that gift card. I finally used it yesterday, and at least it was supported, and it wasn't a fraudulent over at Dunkin' Donuts. So I appreciate that, AC. Got me a sourdough sandwich and some.
I'm glad you survived that experience.
Yeah, and some hash browns.
I'll be honest. There are certain stores when I look outside, I don't want to go in, and. You can discern what you would like from this part of the conversation right here.
Black cherry, drink there. It was good.
Okay.
Thank you, Duncan. Thank you, AC.
Are you familiar with the series It's Florida Man?
No.
HBO Max. It's Florida Man.
No, I haven't watched HBO.
Well, Danny McBride. If you like Danny McBride, the stuff from Danny McBride. So it's a series on HBO Max called It's Florida Man. Yeah. Well, I found another new episode for you, Danny. This is coming from a West Palm Beach Taco Bell employee. Opened fire on customers after confronting them after putting soda in a water cup.
He opened fire on them when they tried to put soda in their water cup?
Demary Patterson, who's 20 years old, provided customers with water cups, but became angry when they filled them with soda instead. Have you ever done that?
No.
Grabbed a water cup and...
No.
The argument escalated until another employee separated Patterson from the victims. So it's more than one. Video captured Patterson yelling before the sound of a firearm being, goodness great, followed by gunshots. Patterson fired one shot inside the restaurant, then followed a fleeing victim outside and fired again, but missing, and the three customers suffered minor injuries and sought hospital treatment. Goodness gracious. It's Florida, man. It's Florida, man.
I can't believe Brandon hadn't sent us this.
It's Florida, man.
He finds all this stuff.
It's Florida, man.
Oh.
It's, by the way, it's a great series. And this may be a little too real with the gunshots because they're just weird stories. Just flat out weird stories. But yeah, I would highly recommend if you like the stuff from Danny McBride, be it, that baseball series there, Kenny Powers, Righteous Gemstones. If you like that kind of humor, you'll enjoy It's Florida Man. But potentially, Danny, I know you're watching, Danny, over in South Carolina. All right, let's take another time out. Continue with your phone calls on the other side. It's a Friday morning edition of Talkin' Ball here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We'll be talking about a little bit of rain, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder as we head into the overnight. Temperatures dropping into the upper 40s, lower 50s. A partly sunny to mostly cloudy sky Saturday afternoon, though it is going to be quite cool for early May. Temperatures only climbing into the mid-60s. A mostly sunny sky for your Sunday. Again, temperatures climbing into the mid-60s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The gentleman from the tow truck company has made quick work out of getting that car out of the woods there at 565 westbound near Mooresville. He's strapping it down right now, so it'll be gone within a matter of minutes. So Huntsville police will open those 2 lanes now back up. They do have 2 lanes blocked westbound, really slowing things down. Just be careful as you're heading towards the Mooresville exit, I-65 interchange. That's slow going right now, and it will be for a little while. The accident we had down in Hartselle is gone. It's no longer a problem, and we're looking good through the construction area on 565 all the way through Huntsville. We're also looking good all the way on 231 between Arab and Huntsville and Scottsboro with no major delays. Ardmore to Huntsville on 53 is looking really good right now. Just keep up the good work, and I'll be back with you this afternoon. The Tennessee Valley's most accurate traffic report. I'm David Cruz, Mr. Traffic.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com. When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Have you ever turned your back on God? Have you ever absolutely known the right thing to do and just turned around and walked away in disobedience? I know that I have. Aren't we thankful for our great and merciful God who loves us and forgives us and remembers our sin no more? I'm so thankful that His mercies are fresh every day. I need that, and I suspect you do too. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, and if you're looking for a church home, come see us. We're smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison, and check us out at cpcfamily.org.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care, no appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Before we get to some baseball scores from yesterday, I've got one more It's Florida Man story for you. And this one is a perfect It's Florida Man story. Her name is Princess Aya Bell. She's 23 years old. She faces multiple felony charges after attacking her former workplace with a metal pole that is commonly known as a strip club pole. Yeah, she went into her former place of business with a pole and swinging it around.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
It was a 7-foot metal pole, waving at it at the staff and throwing it at the manager, and injured the manager's leg.
That's a whole new pole assassin definition. Now, if there was just a monkey, you'd really be in trouble.
That pole assassin story, if you do not know what I'm talking about, or if you do not know that story, that's the gift that keeps on giving right there.
Is she going to pay her bail in all ones?
Oh, Lord.
The pole assassin story. Goodness gracious.
Oh.
All right, we're going to make the smooth transition over to some AHSA baseball. As
mixed bag for our local team.
It was. Madison Academy gets the series win over Boaz as they will move on in the 5A.
Taking on the Moody Blue Devils.
Other winners include Hartselle as they get the series win over Coleman. Hazel Green gets the series win over Oxford.
Yep.
And on the 7A level, Tuscaloosa County downs Grissom and wins the series 2-0 there. but a fine year for the Grissom Tigers. But it ends with Tuscaloosa County. And I do not have updates on Bob Jones Vestavia.
They're going to game 3 today.
So they split yesterday.
Bob Jones winning game 1, Vestavia 7-1 winners in game 2.
And Thompson hosting Sparkman.
Sweep for the Warriors. The Sparkman Center's really good year, but their season is over. And James Clemens losing a heartbreaking game 2, 3-2. They swept at the Jetsplex by Jeff Malden and the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies.
Man, I hate to hear that. So some tough news for some of our teams, but congratulations certainly to Hazel Green, Hartselle, as well as Madison Academy, all moving on. I'm trying to check out maybe some other winners at the lower classifications in our area. I'm looking.
Westbrook Christian ending a great season for Madison County with a sweep. Westbrook, of course, from the Gadsden area, but they sweep Madison
Lindsay
County.
Lane.
Yep.
Lindsay Lane down Cold Springs.
They sweep.
And that's on the 2A level.
Mm-hmm.
And Athens Bible gets the series sweep over Skyline on the 1A level.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the last hurrah that we're going to be able to have public and private schools all playing together before we divvy them up beginning this fall with football.
Yep. And as David Presley said, they a few years ago, they went all the way, I guess it was 2019, to the semifinals to game 3, and they had to, defeat Moody on the way that year, and now they'll play Moody again in round 3, I think, just like that season. So the Madison Academy Mustangs staying alive is this time they sweep. They had to go to game 3 with Fairview. They sweep 2 really tight games over Boaz, but you'd expect that. Boaz has a hell of a program as well. But congratulations to David Presley and the Madison Academy Mustangs for marching on, and Andrew Dennis and Hazel Green. Awesome stuff, sweeping a program of the caliber of Oxford over there in Meridianville yesterday over in Hazel Green. I'm sure it was a great atmosphere over there, but great job for the Trojans to march on as well.
I played a couple of cuts last night on the drive from the next round talking to Kirby Smart, and I at least wanted to play this one clip just in case folks did not listen to the drive last night. We're on 5 to 7 weekdays right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. But the sit down I thought was pretty interesting, but going to play this portion courtesy of the next round when they were at the region's tradition.
I'm not going to say who says it all the time, but he's one of the SEC coaches, and I don't want to use it as a cop-out, but it's like, dude, they're not even having to do their best plays. They're not even stressed during the week. And I'm like, well, I'm stressed no matter who I play.
That's right.
That's just how I'm wired. But their players get a mental relief, and then it's like, boom, they get to go to the playoffs and crank it up. And I mean, Miami beat, 3 or 4 SEC teams? They beat 3 or 4 SEC teams, but they didn't play the gauntlet that they played earlier in the year.
Do you know how many NFL draft picks Miami faced in their conference schedule?
Yeah, I saw this.
5.
But
wow.
But that argument gets shot down by what? By the fact they beat how many SEC teams?
I know. No, you're right. Absolutely.
They beat Florida.
Yeah. Yep.
They beat Ole Miss.
Yep.
And they beat
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
Yeah, ultimately they play for the national championship. So
absolutely.
It's hard to take a shot at them.
That's right. But they didn't play against a lot of talented rosters until the SEC teams.
From when you were in Tuscaloosa and then early at Georgia to now, how much has the depth changed on your roster?
Man.
The 1 to 2, 2 to 3s.
I tell people all the time, I was like, our best Alabama teams, I'm going to go 2012, 13, 14, 15, would beat the dog out of all these teams right now because they could practice different and they were deeper. Okay? The game has not changed that much from 2012 to 2025, but the roster has, and those teams would clubber lane somebody. Mm-hmm. They would just physically beat you. And I look at our team now and I go, oh, man, oh, God, we don't have the depth we had. We're not as good as we were. We're not going to be – and then we go out there and win the SEC. And I'm like, it's just relative. Yeah. It's relative. It's like everybody's going – I'm not saying going down because there's an Indiana. There's a Michigan. But relative, it's going down. Like there's not as much talent acquisition and much as talent on a team to be able to just develop it and grow. I'm playing younger players. I got kids that would have never played at Georgia when I got there or at Alabama I was there that are having to play now.
Right.
Because you don't have enough.
Right.
So Drew, that leads me to say, really, what is going on? Do kids care more about playing time or money or being developed into the NFL? Because the programs that have developed teams into the NFL, the rosters are just thinning out.
Well, you're not having guys stay in a program and develop and then get their shot like they used to at Alabama and Georgia when Kirby got it rolling starting in 2017. They don't want to wait anymore. They want to play right away and start getting developed, and they feel like if they redshirt or if they only play a bit role, that it's stunting their development. And somebody else is also promising them, like Liff and Kane, that they're going to pay them a lot more money. And develop them and play, because
will the 5 for 5 potentially clean this up?
Maybe, but probably not too much. What's going to clean it up completely is sticking to your guns with that 5-year window, sticking to your guns with only one portal, and then having guardrails on payment where you can't pay these Art Sleester $5 million to ruin his career and end up at the Jets in the supplemental draft. In other words, AKA Brandon Sorsby. And if you kind of caught that little ditty there from me about I helped Kirby let the cat out of the bag. It was Liff and Kane that he was talking about. If you can decipher that.
I'm just letting that lie down for a second for people to pick that up.
Yeah. Liff and Kane was doing a lot of complaining. And whining like he always does, because it's not like he's never had a silver spoon in his mouth or anything.
So playing time is a bigger deal than being developed.
With a lot of these kids, yeah, they want to start. They want to play right away. They don't want to. They almost want to be promised a starting job out of high school in some ways. And to me, you've got to have a coaching staff that can communicate and build trust, and where guys will stay and develop and trust the process.
I played multiple sports in high school. I never thought when I made a team, I'm going to immediately be a starter.
Well, your Hawks did. And that's professional basketball. And they go out and get down by 61
The one time he brings up the NBA.
It's embarrassing.
The one time he
I mean, these guys are
This is how I started the show today.
Well, this is how it trickles down because these pukes don't even play hard. And then you got head coaches saying, we competed in the second half, and yet they lost by 51 points.
If you want me to play it again, I'll play it again.
It's hard for any of us to foresee that, that halftime score. I think really the challenge at that point is just to continue to compete and to stay together, to stay connected, whether it's any opportunity you have, because we're all in this. We've all got to process this and own it, and it's tough. But I thought our guys continued to compete in spite of that score or how we played. I think we did that.
Did any of the players even talk and own it?
Yes, I am the one that plugged in the laugh track there to Quinn Snyder because I didn't know he was that funny. Sounds like he's going on a stand-up routine.
Well, he shouldn't be the only one out to face the music. They should have brought some of those maggots out there that put that product on the court to apologize to the fans. I mean, my goodness.
One time he talks about the Hawks.
Well, I will say this. You know what that beatdown reminded me of? It reminded me of one that I loved. If we could find the post-game press conference where he said he believed in being decent to people, was when Bob Stoops beat the hell out of Fraud Phony by 70 in his first year in College Station. When the now athletic director at Texas A&M, Trev Alberts, ripped him a new one for the way he left Alabama when he was in TV and on the media side, and we certainly saw Texas A&M let go of the rope early with Fraud Phony.
That was the largest halftime lead in NBA postseason history at 47, the largest lead at any point in any postseason game at 61. That was the largest home loss in Hawks franchise history, regular season or playoffs. Not just playoffs, regular season. That was the worst loss in Hawks, and this is what it's like. And now I can kind of relate to being a Browns fan, I guess. No, I can't. I this is worse for me.
Oh, yeah, 10 times worse.
10 times.
Browns at least keep it close.
Is it really more pain? Wouldn't it be more painful to lose on a last-second play?
Wow, speaking...
We have excuses.
And now we got beach volleyball on the screen with Scott Tyson being gone. How's that for irony?
You and West neighbors. I cannot put anything on television. I appreciate Drew talking a little NBA, as I know he is a huge NBA fan.
Yeah, totally.
I do think when Steph retires, I think he's in the top 10 conversation. I think when Joker ultimately retires, he could potentially be top 8 all-time player.
I think you're... I always tell people, you don't realize how many great players there were until you start looking at it.
Yeah.
And, that's why when these Karens get so mad at me about LeBron when I don't...
his longevity is impressive.
It's impressive.
And that 07 Cleveland team that he led to the finals.
That's the only one I credit him with.
That was really impressive because there was nobody. I know Mo, you were on that team, but still.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, and they get mad at me because I don't put him in the top 5. I put him in the top.
I'll
20
put him
to
in the
30.
top 5.
I'll put him in the top 20 to 30, and that's a Hall of Fame player. So
I'll put him. He's in my top 5. I'll put him in the top because
and I put mine.
The longevity to me is worth crediting. It is. Even though there was some
load management. There was more than some.
I know.
And there may be some more, and there also may be some performance.
But we can all agree that Michael Jordan is the best player to ever play basketball. Just as well. I'm sorry, Brody. I mean, I saw a dude make left-handed free throws. Mm-hmm. And it was just for fun. He was doing it just for fun.
Mike would shoot free throws with his eyes shut. I'd hate to see LeBron do that.
He was doing that.
There's been enough air balls that I've seen him shoot with his eyes open. But,
Brody thinks LeBron's best player.
Well, but see,
don't
Brody,
put words in my mouth.
But Brody,
who's your best player?
Tim Duncan.
Brody, what year were you born?
2006.
That's what my point is. Michael was long since retired.
I don't think Kareem gets enough love.
No. Bill Russell doesn't get enough.
No. Big O probably doesn't get enough. No. I'll say Jerry West doesn't get enough love.
Yeah.
But there are certain guys who I think could play in any era. Yeah. For me, it would start with Big O. Yeah. Oscar. I think the Big O. If you look on YouTube and the ball handling, the skills, the shot, I mean...
But I'm going to tell you something else I've taken heat for on social media before the Iranians stole my account. And that's comparing Reggie Miller and Steph Curry. But the difference is Steph has the rings and Reggie doesn't.
Are we good for a break here, or you guys tell me?
I think we got to take our final break, Steve.
Final break. We'll wrap things up next here on Talkin' Ball.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
Closing time. Turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl.
Winding down a Friday edition of Talkin' Ball. I thought this would be fun to do today. Just for my lack of music knowledge, you got new albums dropping today. American Football is coming out. I have no idea what the name or what that group does. The Black Keys new album Peaches is coming out.
Yeah.
Maya Hawke. Anybody know Maya Hawke?
That's Ethan Hawke's daughter.
Okay.
Oh,
of course.
There you go,
Melanie C has a new album out. It's called Sweat. Rita Wilson, Sound of a Woman, Toadies, The Charmer. How about Tori Amos? Tori Amos is still putting out stuff. You don't know that name? It's an old name. Tori Amos.
That's like Corey Feldman on the men's side.
Yeah. Enjoy the Abraham extravaganza.
This is VSiN Action Update on 97.7.